Yes, we're live. Supernatural Dogshit is live for this Tuesday evening. Heidi all. Now, before anybody opens their mouth, I better introduce everybody in the room. First of all, in studio with me, as usual, we have Mr. Nathan. Somebody please love me, Lynham.
Oh, I've made it back. Thank you very much.
Then we have Ed, Big Nip Harris.
Hey.
That was terrible.
Wow.
We also have Richie, yet to be undisclosed surname, whatever.
Thank you.
Say hi.
You just said the bald bastard.
The bald bastard. Straight away. Out the gate, and he's swearing.
We said
already.
no cursing in the intro, straight away.
It's almost as if I planned.
Straight away.
As if I had planned to curse straight away.
And
But it was a slur against myself.
last but not least, we have to introduce a very special guest in the studio, which is Hazel. Should I say your second name?
Legs.
Hazel Legs. That doesn't sound like a thing, though, does it?
No, it's just
Hazel
we'll just
Legs.
Go, yeah, I know. Yeah, but it's supposed to be just legs, or yeah, it'll
Okay.
do.
And if you want to find Hazel, you can find her on X Hamster.
Yeah.
There's also an OnlyFans.
So yeah, today this is going to be an exciting show tonight. We actually have a bit of a format later.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to this.
So before we start, as usual, I'm going to go around the room. If anybody has anything they want to say, now is your chance, or forever hold your peace. Yeah. So
Anybody like to go first?
go ahead.
Oh wait, well I got to say a little shout out to an Irish rapper. He is called the Wheelo Fella, and he gave us a little shout out on his page, and we just want to say thank you.
Oh, sweet.
And he also gave us permission to play his music, but he gave me permission about 30 seconds ago.
We didn't get it lined up. Sorry about that. What's his name?
The Wheelo Fella,
The Wheelo Fella from Dublin.
and he's an up and coming artist.
Is he a dub?
He is, yeah.
Oh, well done. Well done.
And yeah, he's homegrown.
Nice.
And he will be listening tonight, so shout out the Wheelo Fella.
Okay, so is that you finished?
That's me done.
Okay, so who else wants to say anything before we start? I do. I want to say something.
Hit
I
it.
always want to say something.
So I was driving down the Ardmore Road. So we're all familiar with the Ardmore Road.
Well, for those who aren't,
Well, we are familiar. Forget everybody that's listening. We're familiar with the Ardmore Road.
okay.
Driving down the road, on the phone, on speaker, not on the handset, because that's against the law. And all of a sudden, a bat flew out of a tree, and there's a beautiful sound
Did you hear that beautiful sound?
of Prosecco being poured.
Beautiful.
The good stuff. The
good stuff.
Yeah. Aldi
So,
Prosecco.
yeah, I was driving down the road and a bat flew out of the tree, smacked into the windscreen of the car. Then it crawled down into the bonnet area, and I could see it's like little claw things hooking out and grabbing onto it, and flew in under the bonnet of the car. Then I had to get the little out of the car. But of course, it was dead. Ah, the poor bat died.
You killed the bat.
I did kill a
Well,
bat.
it's only a flying rat anyway, so like,
Technically, I feel guilty about it, though.
nah.
Anybody else feel guilty about stuff like that?
No.
Running over cats, dogs, and like that?
No, cats and dogs different.
I felt terrible hitting badger before. Were you there with me that night, Richie?
You've hit many animals.
I've
Evan.
hit a few badgers, and that one fox when me
That
and you
fox,
were singing
that
the
fucking
Rocky
fox.
Road to Dublin, yeah.
We're driving along in the car, listening to music, singing along, having a great time, and you know how tight like country Irish ditches are with bushes and the grass
Yep.
either side, bobbing along in the dark in a little Skoda, la 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 la, and then this fucking fox just kind of leaps out right into the front of the car and Evan hits it, and we both got the biggest fright, but I got a bigger fright. Like.
Who hit it? Ed. Ed hit
He
it.
was just flying along, but it just went whoop.
And
Plop.
did you just get out of the car and have a look at it after?
No, we just went, oh my god, and just kept driving.
So you
No,
didn't-
no, we didn't. We couldn't
You
find
did,
it.
but I kept saying, oh my god. It was the first time in my life I got such a fright. I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Scared the shit out of me.
So you didn't look at the carnage?
No,
Well, we
because he
couldn't
ran
find
off.
it.
He fucked off.
Well, I think one of the nastiest things I ever saw was my father. We went out playing a game of golf, and he ran over a rabbit. But the rabbit kind of went under half of the wheel,
Ooh.
so which meant it was like a tube of toothpaste. It just went poof, poof, and exploded.
I love the tube of toothpaste analogy.
It just exploded all over the road, but it actually exploded out through his ass.
Yeah.
He went head first, did he?
Yeah, head first.
Poor guy.
Poor Wabbit.
I
Yeah.
did that as well.
It's wabbit
I'm
season.
going to start calling you Elmer Fudd now.
Why? I wasn't the one who ran him over.
Actually, that's
Sorry.
the celebrity he looks like. We were trying to figure out what celebrity he looks
Pesky
like.
wabbits.
He's like a bit of a beardy Elmer Fudd.
Who, Mr. Doyle?
Yeah, he's
Our famous
he's
talk
really
show
got that
host.
spherical
I'm not
dome
beardy.
shape to his head.
Not
No,
beardy. It's
man.
barely a beard. You've more of a beard than I do.
Do you remember the film Prometheus?
Yeah.
Remember that bald, sexy, like chiseled man? That's just Aiden, but he's just out of work actor now. He's just bum.
And fat.
Yeah, you just let it go.
Little known fact, that was actually Sam Lestrange in one of his earlier attempts at an acting career.
Shout out to Sam Lestrange.
Okay, who are you talking about? I have no
It's
idea.
alright. I'm just hijacking.
No, it's fine, but I'd like to know who. And I've seen Prometheus.
Sam Lestrange is a man who for years said to me, I'm going to fuck your sister. And
Okay.
to his credit, he's a man of his word. He did.
Okay, yeah. Again, who was Sam Lestrange? In
He's
the
the
movie,
stranger. He's the stranger.
there's no stranger.
He's like
there.
He
these
is the
fictional
stranger.
celebrity Mullingars, like you got the Count Tornado, which is like legendary people as well. You know what I mean?
Shout out Count Tornado.
No,
Yeah, no.
boo, Count Tornado.
Yes and a no.
I was only walking down the street the other day and I bumped into him and made eye contact with him. That's all it takes. Just make eye contact with him.
Is it a case? No, and this is a serious question because I've never actually met the man.
Okay.
I have no idea.
No, just
Is it a case that he's like his cheese has slid off his cracker, or is it a case that he just enjoys doing what he's doing?
A bit of both.
Bit of both.
little
Yeah.
column A, little column B.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so when I saw him, he was like, hey, I will be outside Canton Casey's live, doing a live performance on Saturday at 2 p.m. Be there. I was like, yeah, I'll be there.
Can I just point out to you, by the way, you asshole,
Yeah.
that yesterday when we were doing the pre-recorded stuff,
Yeah.
you turned around and you said, "Oh, I can't do the voice. Can you do it?"
I
for
just
me?"
did it.
and you just did it.
Yeah, well, we're live on air. I'm
You're a
ready.
knob.
Look, I apologize.
Channel your inner tornado.
So there's,
But you have to look at it. I look at him objectively, right? I haven't gone to all music-y stuff when I was younger. If you look at him in terms of what he wanted to do, he did it. He's famous. Everybody fucking.
He's
knows
Mullingar
him.
famous.
Yeah, but like Mullingar's a big place, and for somebody with like just wants to be famous, you can get Mullingar
He-
famous.
he's got- he's there.
He's there. He's
Count
there.
Tornado, for people that don't know, he's a guy. Well, he's quite a tall man.
Just
He's
go
about
search
Check
6
him out,
foot.
man.
Just
Cats
search-
on Stilts. Check out
Yeah,
Cats on
Cats
Stilts. by
on
Count
Stilts on
Tornado.
YouTube. That's what you want to check
Search
out.
him. Yeah. Look it up for yourselves.
Look it up
Uh,
yourselves. I'm not going to say anymore because like
That guy packed out Fibbers once.
He did pack out
he
Fibbers once.
Packed it out.
He-
It was a
he
queue up the stairs. It was the downstairs of Fibbers, and he absolutely packed it. I've
'Cause he's a
never
spectacle.
seen it so full.
like
no, sorry, Ed. You keep on talking there.
Yeah,
I'm gonna fix
Yeah.
his mic.
You fix
because
Richie.
he's,
Yeah, okay.
We're just having some
He's got-
technical difficulties here in the studio.
No. We were having some etiquette difficulties, Mr.
Oh, I see what's happening, yes. We haven't even started the show yet, and it's
Oh,
falling
look at
apart.
that pout.
Falling apart here.
is this where you want me now?
No, you sound so sexy now.
Much better.
I'm on top of the mic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What, and I'd like to ask everybody the question here because why is it just me before the show seems to be the most stressed out?
Because you own it.
You just like to think that, yeah.
No, like I genuinely, I walked out to the kitchen there with butterflies in my stomach, and I didn't know whether it was the like multiple cans of V, by the way, that I'm drinking here.
They're no match for a
Can we,
monster.
can we
can
also
of
say
Red Bull.
everybody's just drinking nice energy drinks tonight?
We're drinking energy.
Everybody's
drinks,
very coherent.
except for the prosecco which was the cat was out of the bag there
Yeah.
a couple of minutes ago with Hazel, and poor Hazel doesn't have a microphone, so she's gonna have to share
Jump in and out, in and out.
with Richie.
Yeah.
Or unless she wants to sit over beside
Ooh.
Ed. Jesus.
You could share. a
Who the
mic
fuck?
like a
Who is this
chorus.
person that you keep talking about, man?
Well, he knows it's an inside joke.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Must-
we like to call him his wrong name.
Oh, that's his alt. Yes.
Yeah, I keep calling him Kevin.
And Perry.
No, just Kevin.
Just Kev.
Yeah,
Alright, Kev.
Starry Kev.
It's the
Basically
story,
just haunted
Kev.
by more of my school nicknames.
By the way, we did do a Facebook page.
Yes.
We created a Facebook page. We created a YouTube page, an Instagram page.
It's all there.
There's a website, www.supernaturaldogshit.com. You can go there and you can have a listen to our previous 2 episodes. There is an episode missing, which is episode 1.
For good
but that's
reason.
For good reason. Yes,
That
that's
was
no
more
longer
of an
there.
equipment test that we did not take seriously.
No, we didn't. No, we didn't. We got lots of complaints. And speaking about complaints, before we move on,
Yes, I was just about to bring this up.
so I was
Did someone
out-
not like what something that you
yeah,
said?
I was working yesterday, and I got a text message on my phone from one of the guys here in the studio. I won't say who it is because then that person might get identified.
Continue.
So it was.
It's not me.
It turns out we made somebody cry
On the show last week, we
on
made
the
somebody
show
cry.
No.
when we were talking about abortion. I love how sarcastic you are. Oh no.
Oh, so I'm out of luck.
Yeah, so we made somebody cry in relation to talking about abortion. And I rang the person in the room right now and I asked him, what happened? Give me the details. So I didn't realize this person was sitting in the car with the other person
Yeah.
that had the abortion. I was being a bit of a jerk, like really giving my honest opinion.
The phone was on speaker.
And I was on speaker. So how do you know these things?
I just know.
Oh, how do you guess it?
I have.
How do you know?
I wonder how.
I wonder how.
Continue.
So it turns out that this person had an abortion, and when we were talking about ripping the arms off of babies during an abortion,
Oh, dude, you went there.
Yeah.
I did, yeah. Too
Jesus Christ, man.
It made her cry.
Well, obviously.
So I ended the conversation, and I was driving around. And I thought to myself, "This is pissing me off. I'm annoyed now that this person, would find it appropriate to even tell me that they cried about this. It really did irritate me. So I decided to ring them back and pass a message on to that person, which was, maybe it's not what I said. Maybe it's what you did. And that's why you're crying.
Oh, no, man.
Dark shit.
So, I don't really have remorse for
You
what I
don't
said.
give
It's my
a
opinion. It's
fuck.
my opinion.
But did you leave in writing or in message that?
No. No, I just said it.
What was the response?
Was there more tears?
It was kind of just.
How do you again? No.
I
but
just
like
know these things,
If you
eh?
know women, you know that's going to take at least 2 weeks for her to garner a response.
Yeah, probably.
And she's going to come at you with everything she has.
Which is probably, if she's listening, not very much, because there's not a
you're
really
spurring her
good.
on even more.
Yeah, but there's not really a good defense for that.
No, there's not. But like,
That's your opinion.
that's your opinion.
Yeah.
When it's somebody else and...
Well, no, hold on. Is there ever a defense for murder?
No, but like...
Not murder.
Oh,
You-
wait. Can somebody give a mic?
Hold on, I'll
over
pass
there?
my
Hazel,
mic.
Hazel.
It's not murder.
Okay, so define murder.
We already talked about it.
Yeah, but define murder for us.
I know, but I just think you
What's the
can't.
definition of murder?
Is the taking of someone's life unwillingly
Yeah, but...
for them.
Is it born or unborn? Does it matter?
It doesn't matter. Life is life.
Yeah,
But see, some people view an unborn child as they're not there.
zygote.
They're not there yet. Yeah.
Yeah.
if Ed wanted me to kill
One
him,
being me.
and I was like, yeah, bro, I'll kill you. And I killed him. He's like, thanks, bro. I still get
But how's he
killed
going to say thanks?
because he's dying. I'm not going to stab him in the brain. I'm going to stab him in the heart. He's like, oh, thanks, bro. He's going to die.
Oh, okay.
What?
You're very melodramatic.
What's wrong with
The
me?
thing is, Aidan,
You're
that's,
very melodramatic. You're like, stab me in the heart, bro.
it's genuinely something you'll never have to go through, so you'll never fully understand it, at the end of the day.
Well, I don't. Hopefully, I never have to go through being murdered either. But I can have an opinion on
It's
it.
not murder, though.
No, but the point is, I'm just making a comparison. I don't
Yeah.
have to go through murder. I don't have to go through being raped. I don't have to go through, many other things to have an opinion on it. I can have an opinion on it because it is a real thing.
I know, but you'll never get pregnant yourself, so you'll never know what it feels like.
How do you know? I could change my gender tomorrow. I could be a woman.
What, you get an ovary transplant?
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Hazel's gonna
Donate my ovaries.
donate her ovaries. I wonder. It's only a matter of time, really, isn't it?
Where would you draw the line, right? Woman has to have an abortion to save her life.
Oh yeah, abort the kid.
And it's not murder then.
No, it's not murder. But, I mean, it's an
How-
actual choice.
How is
It's-
it not murder then?
It's the same fucking thing.
No, it's a choice that you have to make between one life or another.
Oh, yeah, but what if you lose both? You're just walking into losing both.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, that's a risk you have to take.
I've been in the situation where you have a risk that you're not taking. It's just someone you love is dying.
Okay, like the Sunita Halapanava case, we know what happened there.
Yeah.
Yeah, she died, which I would have rathered in that case, the baby die instead of the woman.
Yeah, but like what happened there was someone landed in with a bunch of people that were overworked, underpaid, overran.
And there was no clear guidelines. At the time, there was no clear guidelines what you do in that situation because there was no real legislation and stuff as well, the way there is now.
Yeah, absolutely. But my point is, there is guidelines now, but
There used to be guidelines for a priest
Hang
to
on.
come in and saw through a woman's fucking cervix.
I'm going to choose the life of the woman over the child if both are in jeopardy. I'm going to choose whoever is here first. And I know that sounds a little contradictory, but it's not. I'm going to choose the health and well-being, not the health, but the life of the mother.
Of the mother, yeah.
I'd have no choice. But we won't get into the abortion debate again. It wasn't even supposed to be a thing.
What if 3 more people are crying?
No.
You get 3 text messages tomorrow.
That is not how we
Well,
intended to start the show. But
No,
look,
yeah, there you go.
But we
there
get
you
into
go.
something.
Here we are.
If
Here we are.
if it is a case that any more complaints
And the
come in,
scumbag of the year award goes to.
you can send your complaints
Elmer
to
Fudd.
go yourself at
Supernaturaldogshit.com.
Supernatural.com.
Simple as that.
So we're actually going to go into our fourth segment here. which we have lined up.
Oh,
And
we
the
actually have something prepared.
Yeah, the segment is called Headlines from Around the World.
I fucked this up last time I was here.
Did you?
Yeah. I started doing that stupid voice thinking you wanted me
Oh,
to do
you
a
did,
stupid
yes.
voice.
Yes, you
Oh,
did. Yes, you
the
did. So
pathway
now it's
impression.
time for Headlines Around the World.
Weird headlines from around the world. Coming to you live from the Supernatural Dogshit Studios. Brought to you by Nathan Lynham.
That's me.
Your timing was terrible.
Wasn't
by the
it?
way. Yeah.
So was your fucking tea.
Push it up. All right, so we get started, I guess, with the
Nathan,
first segment of our show.
Yeah, there you go.
Wow, look at us go. So nobody, just as well, nobody has heard these headlines. So I'm.
No, we're all going to be surprised
Everyone-
by what
yeah.
it is.
Well,
And
they're-
if they're crap, you're getting judged.
Oh, I never thought of that.
You are getting judged.
Okay, well they're all animal related.
Can we all make a pact that if they're crap, we judge him heavily?
Fuck.
Yeah.
All right, well I'll
Does he have to eat the
no, I
sauteed
think he's
feet?
onto a winner with this next
I guess
one.
I'll jump in. Right, so the first headline I have is disorderly goat takes over a cop car, headbutts the deputy, and eats all the paperwork.
Excellent headline.
Not a bad one, right?
No, man, that's pretty
So
sweet.
will we
I've
get
seen
straight
that.
into it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
please.
So a sheriff's deputy in Georgia had a run-in with the baddest of the bad last week when she returned to her cruiser to find a goat had taken over. This is in America, obviously. So the Douglas County Sheriff Office said the unnamed deputy. I love how there's an unnamed. Let's not embarrass this woman anymore. She was serving civil papers at a home during the encounter. She typically leaves her car door open as she had to retreat from vicious dogs in the past.
Lovely.
Never once did she expect or even consider what was about to happen this day, says the agency. So, footage from the hairy situation. Footage from the hairy situation shows the goat in the front seat, and he was busy eating the deputy's paperwork. Then, after leaving the vehicle with a mouthful of delicious papers, the goat delivered a headbutt to the deputy's knees, knocking her down, and before he hoofed it from the scene of the crime.
Can I just point out there?
Yes.
That is it just me, or does that story sound like one of those stories? Oh, the dog ate my homework.
Oh yeah.
It's like wherever she was, she done her job wrong, and then she came up with this crazy ass story.
There is a video body cam of the goat. I'm looking at it right now.
So this is true.
The goat has the paperwork in the
No.
mouth. In the mouth, right there. Yeah, this happened. This fucking happened.
Yeah, that is an awesome headline. So thus far, you're doing very
I'm doing
well.
all right with my first segment, right? So, even though she was knocked to the ground, she was not physically harmed in the incident. And at the end of the day, we all got a little laugh out of it, and we hope you do too.
Lovely.
That's what the sheriff's
and
office
where
said.
does that come from?
All of my stuff tonight comes from the Huffington Post.
Oh, great.
They've got some good stuff.
Yeah, boo. Yeah,
Now we
HuffPo.
can judge him harshly.
Yeah, well, look, we got off to a good start. So, will we banter on to the next one?
Yes,
Let's go.
Unless anybody has anything funny to say about the last story.
Yeah.
Useless.
I like how it coincided with last week's story about goats and police cars.
Yeah, I was kind of
'Cause
going on the team
It
of
would
goat.
definitely happen here. Like it's definitely happened. There's definitely been some amount of Gardaí over the years injured by sheep.
You think?
Has to be. We got to check that for the next
Injured-
podcast. I'm gonna
injured
come up
by
with facts.
sheep.
How many Gardaí have been injured by sheep?
Death
I
by
guarantee you.
Death by sheep.
Somebody had to sign a report off one evening and they're writing a load of shit about some fucker that fucked up with a sheep.
Or fuck the sheep.
Or fucked a sheep.
You know.
Lads, can I just say that's 5 fucks?
Shout out to all the sheep shaggers out there.
That's 6 F words in the last 10 seconds.
And
It's a
We had a
problem.
very specific conversation before the show, as we
Right.
do always. And again, here we are not adhering to the
So
rules.
how much is it going to cost me per swear word?
Digging the nuts.
No, I'll pay you.
Rochambeau.
I would
It's
rather-
coming out of your
I'll buy you
cut.
for it.
My cut.
Yeah.
There's a cut.
Every curse word is a cent out of your cut.
Well, there's not a cut yet. Will you stop?
How about-
Jesus.
Can I get no cut and just say what the fuck I want to say?
No, absolutely not.
Can I say what the fudge I want to say?
You can.
Yes.
You can say what the fudge you want to say, but we should do an episode purely just with Richie on his own called Richie Gone Wild.
Yeah, man. I would fill an hour.
What we'll do is we'll do a special episode. We'll pre-record it and we'll do a Richie Gone Wild.
Richie got mad.
Yes.
I'm gonna go in and read children's books to the elderly for an
Oh,
hour.
God.
That's not Richie. How is that Richie Gone Wild? What are you going to do to those old people, Richie?
It's what they'll
He's
do
gonna
to me,
read
man.
them,
They'll reach in and touch my soul, man. Old people are class.
Yeah.
Here's, you know, I love old people.
I love old people.
I really do. I could
Yeah.
sit there and listen to old people for hours and
great.
hours. There's such
Man.
great stories.
That's when you're friends with old people. That's when you know pints are coming your way, man.
Yeah.
Ever
The
meet
money's
an
on
old
its way,
person you
yeah.
know somewhere in the pub, and there's you used to be sitting down talking to someone for 2 minutes, and a pint would appear, and you'd be like, you can't eat. And you'd be like,
Fuck it. I'll have it around, yeah.
yeah.
So,
Can
Yeah,
I
but
just
see-
say, in the 15 years I've known you, I've never known you
To like old people?
to pass up a free beer.
any of us pass up a free beer?
Yeah, I don't
What
drink.
are you saying?
Huh?
What's that say?
Yeah, what
Always
is
on
that?
the make.
What?
You're always on the make.
Yeah, man, I'm a human being. Win.
Oh, there's a little bit of tension. I can
No, I
feel
don't.
it.
It's only sexual tension.
It is
Feel it,
sexual
gentlemen.
tension.
I see
He
I
wore
up
a
my
silk
massive
robe, man,
areola.
for a reason. He just wants me to strip naked, cover myself in baby oil, and wrestle him. That's all he
In
wants.
fairness, Richie, hold on. We all want that.
Yeah. Well, we do have another hour and a half left, so anything's possible tonight. I mean, sorry, 2.5 hours left.
Jesus. That's
So
gonna-
let's get on to the next topic.
Yeah,
let's keep the shit moving.
No, the whole point is drag this out. We've 2.5 hours. So if Richie wants to talk about,
You just have to
Old people.
remember that with me and Evan, it's just been an eternity of bullshit from all the time we've known each other. We just have coexisted for so long that outside looking in, you could interpret it badly. Like, whereas he knows he's a solid gold piece of shit.
well, I did ask this question before to both of you. Actually, we were in the process of building the studio. And I remember the answer, but the people at home don't know the answer to this. So, have you ever ended up in a punch-up match?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Evan hit me because
Yeah.
we were wrestling.
That'd be an all right one.
Uh-huh.
I wonder who would take who.
Basically,
he'd kick the shit out of him.
I didn't hit him back.
I tell you what now, yeah, he's a lot bigger now.
I
He
just let him
is,
have the
yeah.
slaps.
He's fit. He's fit.
He's fit as fuck.
Not super fit.
No, but you're a hell of a lot fitter than
I
he
would
is.
last if I was in a proper fight. I would last 45 seconds. If it just didn't land a good punch, I have 45 seconds of go in me.
So,
Richie just go full nuclear from the get go.
Lem-
And if nothing landed, I'm fucked.
You're done.
so let me ask you a question. If you've only 45 seconds of a fight in you
Yeah.
before they land a punch, that's you going full nuclear.
Yeah.
So what do you like in bed?
What?
What do you like in bed?
Oh, I'm quite the opposite.
One
So
and done.
how if you have the vigor to go for hours with the other stuff,
There's
why
no
not
difference.
this?
Fighting and sex are two completely different things.
Well, you know there's an end game.
No, man. Like, it's like, would you rather fight someone or sex someone?
Yeah, but clearly. But if you have the stamina to go on and on and on in sex, how have you not got the stamina to go on and on and on in a fight?
So my Mickey can stay hard for ages having lovely class sex.
So
So
what-
I can't get punched in the face more than 3 or 4 times or I'm unconscious. And like, I'm really delicate. My mouth's all fucked up from being punched before and breaking my teeth and shit. And like, I have fuck all teeth. So I'm like really careful.
But in fairness, he does have one of them punchable faces.
I do.
He does.
You think, oh, I'm not going to hurt this guy?
All
I'm like,
ball.
no!
No, he has a face like porcelain that would break really easy.
People think I'm Polish.
Really?
The Chewy.
Everywhere
I
go,
get
man.
the same thing.
Yeah, why? Why do you think? You're about bald as fuck.
Bald Neanderthal looking motherfuckers.
I was in the garage
Built
getting,
like a fucking
getting a cup of coffee, and there was
coat rack.
a Polish
Strong
guy
at all.
serving me, and he
spoke to you in Polish?
He spoke to me in Polish, and I was like,
Happens to me
"What are you
all
doing, dude?"
the time, man.
No, stop it.
All the time.
Yeah,
Josh.
I look Irish. I think I look like a
I
potato.
fucking love Polish people, though. Man.
You do look like the Mr. Potato Man, actually.
Crack.
On the fucking Polish. Shout out any Polish people out there, man.
Go on, Poles.
Shout out the Poles.
They're
So,
fucking class people.
On to your second story, Mr. Lynham.
All right, so
Oh, sorry, Mr.
No.
Somebody please love me, Lynham.
oh, fucking dickhead. Taxidermied squirrel beer is among offerings at disgusting food museum. So this is a weird one. So in Malmo, Sweden, if you're desperate for a drink, there is a spit fermented wine, liquor fermented in prison toilets, and there is a strong Scottish brew served from the mouth of a taxidermied squirrel. And you can actually buy this stuff.
Huh.
Which one would you go for? If you had to
Oh,
pick
out of those three,
Yeah.
I'll
Prison
take
wine.
I'll take the spit fermented wine, please.
Is that a case of which one, if you had to?
Oh, if you had to,
Oh, no, the toilet brewed stuff.
toilet brewed in prison stuff.
Yeah.
Or the
I'd
Scot.
go
Yeah,
for that
clearly.
one as well.
Yeah, I'd go for that one. I mean, it's probably going to be more sanitized than spit.
Very true. Depends where the
I
spit.
do you know, I couldn't see him because he's in my peripheral vision,
Yeah.
but I saw his eyes looking up at me when I said that. What did I say that was so wrong?
What?
I don't know, I just seen your eyes darting up at me.
Because you were looking in my general direction, I would have darted my eyes at you before
Yeah. You know nobody can hear you.
Anyway, so
I wasn't. Oh, yeah. Fuck, I
No, go. You
I was just saying, in the time it took him to look at me, I got to look at him first.
Ah.
Oh, I just felt you looking at me.
Yeah, it's the Red Bull, man. He's just.
Everybody at home is like, what the fuck's going on with all this looks?
I'm after
We
drinking-
can't see.
I'm after drinking a fucking massive can of Red Bull.
It is pretty
darting at you.
ginormous.
So is that your
Red
second
Bull.
can?
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
You're gonna be
Yes.
wired.
Yeah.
Mm.
So, like,
That's the
All
wings.
right.
Sir,
it does give you wings.
Gives you wings.
If you drink
what
enough
you
of it,
say.
then you feel like you're going to have a heart attack.
have you noticed on the Red Bull stuff, they changed wings, the spelling of wings?
Is it two eyes?
I think it's
Three
two
eyes.
eyes or something like that.
Oh, just to say that it doesn't give you wings.
Yeah, do you know why?
Because people fucking blamed...
Jumping off buildings and
Yes,
shit.
and there was a case taken to the courts over in America, and Red Bull had to pay out millions.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
bullshit, man. I
That's
hate that.
ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
Where's
No, but it's
personal
like-
accountability?
It's like that woman that banged her knee in a fucking hotel restaurant and got like €80,000, and you're like,
I know.
would you hear? Fuck off. with
Oh,
yourself."
that stupid one who was on the swing, that politician,
Maria
Oh.
Bailey.
Maria Bailey.
I don't know this one.
Got-
I let Richie tell the
Yeah,
story.
tell everybody at home.
It's a quick shout out to Aidan Monaghan in Galway,
Shout out, Aiden.
Oh, yeah.
Haribo, because he said and he stated like Galway City Council to come out and put oil on the ramps to stop people skateboarding
Why?
What?
because of COVID-19.
What a bunch of dicks.
That
Because the
is.
skate park's supposed to be closed, and there's boys in there skating every day, and then they like I heard something about sand and stuff being put in there as well.
That's literally trying to get someone to break their neck.
I know, but just shout out Aidan Monaghan. Seen that like a couple of weeks ago.
Love you, Aiden.
Go on to Ado. I could finish our story there.
So, in the Disgusting Food Museum in Malmo, which is in Sweden, they serve up displays of bull testicles and maggot-infested cheese.
Ooh.
And they're now introducing a drinks menu in the form of a temporary exhibit. Basically, so the museum director, Andreas Arends, said he wants to encourage people to examine their relationship with alcohol by showing the extreme measures people have taken to concoct mind-altering brews. Most of the drinks on display are commonly consumed in the world, but like, who wants to drink fucking gone off cheese?
Drink cheese.
I wouldn't say
Yeah,
they're
this is all
drinking it. I'd say
weird fucking drinks and stuff.
It's probably more calling back to the days of sailing ships where their stocks be going off towards the end of a journey and they be forced
Look
to
at
eat,
you
like,
being all
meat and stuff.
educational over there.
They also sell weird food. They sell bull's penis,
Ooh.
frogs smoothies from Peru, and this is the worst of all: a wine made of baby mice.
Well, see,
How
Baby
much
mice
would you
wine.
enjoy making the frog smoothie?
Taste
Just put a
approving.
frog in a blendtec blender, just
yeah, but
frog
see,
smoothie.
You know, one of the issues there is you're saying there it's weird food.
Yeah,
To them, it's not.
no, and like
Yeah,
they
they
drink
look at us like a
they
fucking
drink the
idiot.
baby mice wine in China and Korea. So shout out.
Yeah, but like, what do we eat here? Like, well, no, in Ireland we actually eat pretty fucking.
Yeah,
good.
we're
pretty-
lame.
we're pretty
Our-
normal.
Our diet is lame.
But lame, but you'd look forward to it after a rainy day at work. Like,
What is the chick's name who came out with the vagina-scented candles?
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Gwyneth Paltrow. Vagina-scented candles. Now, you can't even get them because Riz tried to order them on Amazon and could not get them. Yeah, they're out of stock. Sold out. Vagina-scented candles. Would you
What?
have one?
No.
No?
No,
I
I like
love the smell of vagina-scented candle. You can't imagine
Is
that
it
it
her
would...
vagina?
I don't
Apparently.
know.
Yeah.
Well,
I
it
don't
depends.
know.
What, like, is it like a vagina scented candle?
Yeah.
They're all different. Everyone's vagina is different.
That's a good point.
Is
Have I got a
Yeah,
point?
it is,
I think so. I'd
Coming-
there's
coming from the
pheromones and
female?
everything involved there, like, so.
Yeah. Odd.
But like a vagina scented candle, it would be
It must be
fishy, say the least.
But actually, who was it that was
Depends on
Googling?
who you're with.
There was somebody here last night Googling.
I'm gonna get myself in trouble for that one.
Yeah.
Was it cock-flavored lollipops?
I wasn't here last night.
That was
Who,
you.
was me that Googled it?
I think so.
Or was it Riz that Googled it? Somebody Googled cock-flavored lollipops and it
Oh,
turns out it's a
I
thing.
think it
But you have
was
to say,
Riz.
a clean penis doesn't taste like anything. So
How do
can
you
it-
know?
That's a good question. How do you know that?
Suck your own fucking motherfucking cock, man.
Would you stop
We had this
using
conversation.
bad language?
Sorry.
It doesn't taste like anything.
Well, a clean one doesn't
How do you know?
because I have a dick.
Yeah, but I mean, you hardly, did you? Actually,
And I mean, you have a smegma dick. It's gonna taste like
but did
smegma.
you didn't, did you?
Just the tip.
Yes, exactly. Just the tip. We've all been there.
That's all I can get in. Just the tip.
Continue on with your story. I won't elaborate on my own penis sucking.
Yeah, basically they just sell weird fucking drinks in this place, and they have poo wine.
You just said the F word again.
I'm so sorry.
Hang on,
I'm
you're
going
worried
to
about
shoot
you're
you.
worried about the F word, and
Talking about penis, saying penis is fine.
It's a bad habit I have. Okay.
Oh no, on
Poo
YouTube,
wine.
on poo wine.
I love how you came into the conversation. Poo wine.
Poo wine.
Yeah.
What
yeah,
the
yeah,
fuck
hang on, what is poo wine?
Poo wine.
It's traditional South Korean medicine to help broken bones and bruises.
Yeah, fuck off.
So
Now he's
I'll have
using
a-
the F word.
I can make it up for you if you want.
Again, right? Go away with your bad stuff.
We're trying to get monetized.
By whom?
Every week this is going to be the same discussion of blah 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 blah. Everybody effing and blinding. Just keep it down.
Get the bleep button.
I know.
That's on you,
I know.
Mr. By the way, see, it's Mr.
Yeah, but the problem is the
No.
whole show will be beep. That's all people will
That's
hear.
okay. That's all
That's
right.
all they will hear. By the way, you know,
God.
I hurt my hand off your leg. That's how much.
Yeah,
of a
and
little,
it barely
Aw.
affected me,
that's
man.
how much of a little bitch I've been
Aw.
lately. So go on, continue your story.
It's
there.
basically finished now, but the last drink they have is an Icelandic beer made with whale testicle, and it's been smoked in sheep's dung.
I'd probably give it a go.
What the fuck, man?
Actually, that might be alright.
Can I make a wild guess that these people are, what's that thing that, nomads?
I think that shit
Are
be
they- Are
salty
they
as
just crazy
fuck.
desert people?
They must be.
Nomads.
They must be.
No.
Well, no, you're thinking of
like traveling people.
no, yeah,
No,
you know,
Inuits.
up in Ice, yeah, Inuits. That's the word.
Is it Inuits?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the word he meant. Yeah.
Sherpas?
They're
like
nomads.
Sherpa?
No,
No,
Sherpas are Himalayan.
Yeah, Sherpa brings you up Mount Everest,
My geography's all over the place.
Tis.
and then when
I'm
you
terrible. But Richie's actually awesome at geography. Me and him had a competition one day. I had my ass kicked, but he's very good. You can actually name a country. He will point it out on the map. Mainly because it has the name on the map.
Yeah, but I can, yeah, but it's about knowing where to look.
there's a fact like something.
Like if someone's like, find Azerbaijan on the map, you're like,
But can anybody else in here find Azerbaijan?
Not
on the map?
Azerbaijan. No,
Yeah.
no.
I feel like Ed is lying again.
no,
No,
he would.
no,
he
I was
would.
looking at it from apps for a job I was meant to do over in
Okay,
Saudi Arabia.
hold on. Where's
pre-COVID.
it between?
Well, it's above Saudi.
That's easy to say that. So give us a more of a direct.
It'd be the Middle East. Kind of the cusp of the Middle East and
The
Europe.
Middle East. How many countries are in the Middle East?
Oh, I don't know.
Well,
Actually, here's a question for you.
No.
How many countries are in the world?
I was
Is that an
I was
answer?
gonna say 52, but I know I'm wrong because
No,
it's over.
way
It's
off.
over 100. It's over 100.
153, 168.
No, I don't know. I'm asking the question.
Oh well, that's a fucking great question to ask, right? I guess.
All right.
Everybody's googling.
Or is
it.
it like 350?
No, as far as I'm aware, it's like 190 something.
Do you believe in the theory that we
196?
all the land mass used to be one?
I'll go
That's not a
196.
theory, you lunatic.
Actually,
You think it's real or
Uh-huh,
it is real?
just-
Okay,
wait,
sorry.
wait.
Here's another thing
Fact checking at the minute.
of all the countries in the UN.
195.
Thank you very much.
It's probably 196 until America last year did something.
Very close.
Is that how many women have rejected our host, Mr. Aidendoyle? 195.
No, more.
See, it probably wasn't
More.
196. Maybe there's just one country China took over. And they're like, that country didn't exist.
you
Oh, yeah,
do,
there's
you do,
195
you
countries.
do realize, by the way, you two are having a separate conversation over there.
That's okay.
Sorry, I'll put the mic. Sorry. I was-
Look, these
Yeah.
things happen.
sorry,
Happens to the
that's-
best of us.
How's the boys?
So we have one last thing, and my segment is done.
No,
Thank
no, no, no,
God.
no, 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 don't go into your
Oh,
next
I know
headline.
what you're going to do. You're going to call me out, aren't you? Go
No,
on.
I'm not going to call you out on
Okay,
anything.
go on.
No, I was going to ask you a question. No, go on.
Go on, ask me a question.
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
It mustn't have mattered. So last headline from around the world, they're all animal related still, is German police stumped by mysterious vials of hamster DNA.
I heard about this, but that's all I heard.
3 vials of genetic material were found on Friday on a train in Heidelberg last week, but investigators have yet to crack the case. So
Found on a crane.
on
Train.
a train, sorry.
3 vials of hamster blood.
Yes.
That's
so
just fucking vampire hamsters, man. That's all that is.
German police said Wednesday they're losing hope of finding out who left a train. That is worded so wrong. Who left on a train a box of vials?
No, that makes sense.
All right, well,
Who left on the train a box of oils?
with hamster DNA.
Yeah.
I would have worded it differently.
Oh,
myself,
McDonald is
personally.
dyslexic.
Fuck off. Which caused alarm in the southwestern town. Federal police sent a bomb squad to investigate after the train driver found a styrofoam box with 3 vials of liquid on a local train. Forensic specialists later determined that the liquid contained genetic material from rodents. That's weird.
Well,
Who's
it's more,
carrying-
it's
who-
more than likely like a veterinary student.
Who's
or
carrying
something.
around hamster DNA with them?
Veterinary students. You never know.
Why,
them
why would they
fuckers
leave it
with
behind them on the train?
Why would they leave syringes behind in cars? Why would they leave fucking like they're just vets.
Yeah.
They're people that are just running around the place saving animals' lives 24/7.
I don't
They're
know.
doing really boring, crazy work all
There
the
could be a
time.
million
I mean,
reasons for
what
that.
are you going to do with hamster DNA?
Yeah, but there could be a million reasons for that. Did you know, by the way, that there's only 2 mammals that don't produce their own vitamin C?
Who?
Humans
Humans.
and guinea pigs. Hence the reason where, testing on guinea pigs. Have you ever heard
Because
of
they're like
where
us.
the guinea pigs?
Well,
Yeah. Yeah, that's where it came from. Because they don't produce their own vitamin C.
fact of the day.
Yeah.
Well done.
How unnecessary are guinea pigs as a species, though? Like,
I don't know. I think
Well,
they're
they're
awesome.
bred for
I think
food.
they're pretty unnecessary around these parts.
Very hairy. There's 2 different types of guinea pigs, though, isn't there?
No, there's 3 types. So you've got your rough-haired ones, which are
The long ass.
No,
haired
no,
ones.
they're not long-haired. They look like their furs, like all swept different directions.
Evan would be somewhat of an authority on Gnopyogs.
I don't know. I don't know who is Evan. Who?
Ed. Ed
Yeah.
would be
There
quite
we go.
Mr.
You'll
Ed
eventually
Harris.
get. You'll
You're
eventually
getting there.
get.
You're getting there.
But then you've got your long-haired ones. They're the Peruvians, and then you've got your short-haired guinea pigs.
Thank you.
Gnopyogs.
Guignopyogs.
Guignopyogs.
And if anybody at home has fallen off the chair with that wealth of information, just send in your complaints again to bullshit@supernaturaldogshit.com.
No one cares.
Please, no one cares about guinea pigs. Even my point.
You'd care about guinea pig if it
Vitamin
was.
C. Who
if
gives
it-
a
Who
shit?
gives a shit?
You'd care if someone hurt one.
I mean, as Eminem
Oh,
said,
no.
stick a gerbil in your ass through a tube.
Is that what he said?
Oh, that's a song.
Yeah.
Stick a gerbil in your ass through a tube. You need to look it up.
No,
When
thank
You
you.
know up on that, no?
When
No.
people do that,
There's a whole
stuff,
song about
are
it.
they fully aware of what they're getting into? I think it's like a horrible trick. It's like, yeah, stick a hamster up your ass.
Or
And
kinda
it's
like David
he's gonna
Blaine
go
with
and stick a
goldfish.
hamster up his
That
ass.
hamster's not coming back out.
No, but that guy's not going to be the better for it. Like,
Well,
you're going to stick an animal that wants to dig its way out in your ass.
speaking from experience,
Hold on. Lemmy Winks.
Lemmy Winks the hamster from South Park.
that's what that's about the Eminem song, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but poor Mr. Slave, you know? Whoever that real Mr. Slave is, God bless him.
Do you remember when Mr. Slave took Britney Spears inside him?
No, it was Paris Hilton. It was a horror off.
Paris
It
Hilton.
was a horror off Paris Hilton. South Park again.
Very good. And basically, yeah, German police have not found who left the DNA on the train.
Who left the DNA? Who? That was
And
terrible.
Really bad German police.
That is
On that note, we're going to end the show.
It was Ireland that find out.
So
Guards are just-
That's it. I'm
is
done.
is that the end of your fourth section? Congratulations,
That's the
Nathan.
end of it.
Well done.
Thanks,
well
guys.
done. The very fourth.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, because
Weird headlines from around the world.
it was awesome. Should I play the intro for with?
Go on, play the
we'll
intro
play
one
it
more
because
time.
It's
Intro,
super sexy.
intro me in, intro me out.
Here we go.
Outro next week.
Weird headlines from around the world. Coming to you live from the Supernatural Dogshit Studios. Brought to you by Nathan Lynham.
Sweet.
That was so professional.
Yeah, there we go.
Well done.
There we go. That was
Until
nice.
you heard Nathan.
Nathan Lynham.
That's me.
I hate doing the VO stuff.
Which the pre-recorded video?
Yeah, I hate
Yeah,
doing the VO
yeah.
stuff.
You just hate that you have to talk normally.
Yeah,
sounds good,
actually,
though.
I did get a not a complaint, but a critique during the week
Okay.
from a friend of mine who is already on radio.
Oh,
and
yeah.
He said to me, the one thing that I've noticed, he said, you're not very natural when you're on air. You kind of put on the, hey, this is the radio voice.
Nobody
type
is,
thing.
though.
But
I don't sound like
all
that.
of you know me
Yeah.
when I'm not talking on this. So, comparison, please.
I can't tell the difference.
Yeah, I don't think you're that bad.
Good. So
But,
to whoever,
I mean, I'm used to you going around the house saying, I am now opening the fridge. I am having
I
a
do
shower.
this. Yes.
Yeah. I'm fucking my fake vagina.
One man, one vagina.
That's it.
Oh, man.
Rest in pieces,
That one we flung
vagina.
into the ceiling.
Hence why I
Yes.
haven't slept much since you've moved in.
Yes, we did discuss this. You were
Yeah,
here last
but
week.
a
You
bit
know
of-
you were inebriated.
A bit of context for anyone who's
Oh,
listening
yeah.
and doesn't know. Aiden used to have a fake vagina that he used to fuck all the time.
Yeah,
A sex toy. He
I
had a
used-
male
It's a sex toy, yeah.
Yeah.
Can I just? This is how I would have phrased what you just
But it
said.
doesn't matter. I
No,
phrased
this-
it. It's done.
No, wait. This is how I would have. Aiden has a sex toy that he used to have sex with. Instead
No,
of
no,
Yeah,
no.
has
because you
a sex
wouldn't,
toy
you
that
wouldn't
he
say,
used
you wouldn't say, oh, my sister has a penis she fucks herself with. You'd say, no, she has
Well-
a dildo. You specify.
It was the F word.
I don't want to
was
know what
talking
my.
Oh.
No.
Oh,
Let's
I
not
didn't
get into
swear
this.
there either. I'm doing pretty good now.
about. Yeah, you are. Good man. Well done.
Fudge!
Well done. Is that a very patronising? Hold on. Well done. Well done.
Well done.
Yeah, I just gave him an old tap on the leg.
So what's
I
next?
can tap him on the chin with my
No
foot.
idea. No idea. My brain is all over
The
place.
format is gone.
No, I do know what's next. We do have another segment. Yeah. And it's what I'm being.
No, we should do it. What, we're going to tear straight into it?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we're going to do your segment next.
Are we?
Yeah.
Yes. If you had been here today for the pre-production meeting, but can I just point out, by the way, Mr. Sand in his vagina, Harris. He during last week he was like, we have to have these pre-production meetings.
Everybody
because-
be on time.
Yeah, and it's gonna because if we don't, the show will be crap. Blah 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 blah. Last week he shows up like 5 seconds to being on air, and he wasn't here.
I fixed the fucking
The effing.
electrics.
Okay, and then today,
Yeah.
what time did you
Evan
arrive in at? What time did you arrive in at?
25 minutes before we start.
And what was the last thing you told me and Nathan before he went home last night?
I have no idea.
What was it, Nathan?
Don't be late tomorrow.
don't be late. And
Yeah,
here
but
we
what
have-
time? What time did Evan say don't be late at?
What time did Ed say?
Oh, look. What time did that fucking cunt over fucking there with no name?
There we go. That's it.
I'm sorry.
You know, the podcast
I won't be. I will not be a regular installment on this podcast. I am not associated directly with the podcast. I am not funded or responsible for anything I say to any of the people on the podcast. God bless them all for having me.
God
This
bless
is
your
just
little
your
ears.
platform to talk absolute ring.
And God bless America.
No, don't. No.
What?
Why?
Well, God bless them if fucking China.
Will you
take
stop
over.
coursing?
Sorry.
I think you should forget about the cursing at this stage. It's gone out, it's long gone out the window.
But it's the
Yeah, but it's not. Look, let's not have a free for all on swear words.
Hey,
What?
I
thought
why
the-
can't you get your point
I
across?
thought the
without
point of the
swearing?
podcast was
Because
freedom
I'm
of
so
speech.
passionate about
It is freedom
when
of
I
speech.
feel
Okay.
anything about something, I throw them swears in there.
So if I want to say fuck,
No, but it is. You have the freedom of speech, but there's a different thing. There's a difference between being crass.
Yeah, I am crass.
And,
Okay.
Yes, you
yeah,
are.
but you are rather crass in normal everyday life, which is fine. But we'll rein you in, and you know, eventually.
It's literally anytime I start doing it, and people are like, "Oh, this guy," and then I
This
just kind
guy
of
again.
get some time to calm into things. Like,
Actually, shout out to Miss Lingy, who you almost ran over the other day.
no, I knew what I was doing
Yeah.
until she
What-
opened that
what-
door and tried to get out of her car.
She tried to get out of the car, and he pulls up beside her at high speeds and jams on the
How do you
brakes.
pull up on high speeds?
You know what I mean?
We've
you know,
seen the
you
way
know
you
what I mean.
drive.
But
I drive like an angel now.
here's the thing: she actually
You
said to
nearly
me.
killed us.
Years ago, not everyday driving today.
She said to me that she was expecting Richie to have long hair, a beard, and much, much older from the sound of your voice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she was expecting an old dude.
all right. So anybody out there is listening who can comment, how old does Richie sound, and what do you think he looks like?
Yeah.
If you can describe to us,
Yeah,
that'd
actually,
be great.
Is there any comments there?
No comments yet.
What about YouTube? Oh yeah, by the way, if you want,
haven't
you
checked.
can
Hum with
subscribe.
eyebrows.
You can like and share our Facebook video, and you can also like and share our YouTube video as well.
We do have a comment
Please go ahead.
on
Someone's
the YouTube.
playing Guess Who.
We have a comment from Frank Durkin.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know who that is.
What's
And
the
he
crack,
says,
Frank?
"Nice job, lads.
Well, hey.
Good
Shout
evening,
out.
Frank.
Shout
Well
out
done.
to
Thank
Frank.
you."
Check out his mirrors.
Yeah.
He's got sweet ass mirrors. Check him out.
There you go.
Actually, Frank, if you are listening, just send us if you have a website or somewhere where people can contact you, or maybe your social media, and we will share it for you. And maybe somebody can buy one of these mirrors because they are pretty awesome. And
Yeah.
we're having one done for the studio.
Shout out, Frank.
Oh, shout out to Frank.
Frank, you're awesome.
Sick mirrors, man.
Actually, Frank, we must have you around one of these evenings, one of these fine evenings.
Come sit at this beautiful table.
That's 43 minutes gone already.
Wow.
Yeah.
He does, man. His whole process, though, like, it's just so clever.
Well, we'll not give that away on it, but
No,
it is,
no,
it
yeah.
is a really smart way of doing it.
Yeah. I'm just.
Well, describe what the mirrors look like.
They are the trippiest thing ever. So he'll have like. How
It's
would you
like
describe
any
it without
image-
giving it too much away.
any image on a mirror, but he just the way he does it, because
Yeah, he
the only way you get it today is
precisely-
done by a machine, and
Yeah.
he's basically doing what the machine's doing, but doing it like artsy.
Yeah.
And it's fucking cool, man. He's got loads of cool ideas, and he's combining a load of different skills to pull it off, and he's really cool. Just check out his mirrors.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet, yeah, Frank, so do send us that information. We probably won't get around to it tonight,
I
but we
presume
will
they're
at some stage.
presume they're not just mirrors. They're like there's lights and all involved.
Yeah,
yeah,
like
yeah.
frames and everything.
There's lights and UV paint involved, so it's
Any-
trippy as be damned.
Yeah, he's really cool.
I've yet to see one,
Mm.
but they
man.
sound pretty awesome.
Go over to his house.
Oh, no,
and
I did
we'll
see
phone
one,
him.
sorry. Ed, you showed me a picture.
I showed you.
Yeah, I did see one there. That's when I went, oh yeah, get me one of them. So I think we should roll on to our next segment, which involves Mr. Harris. Now, the only problem with this next segment is because Mr. Harris was late for the pre-production meeting.
Boo.
He did not get an intro.
Like me with my little jingle.
I have no intro either.
To be fair, I
Did what?
did say I needed to be out of here by 7 today. I didn't get out of that place till 20 to 8.
Okay,
Where I was.
who's breathing on the mic?
That would be me.
Okay, yeah, okay.
I was too far away last time, way too close this time.
You have to get used to this shit.
We'll find a
Yeah,
happy
man.
medium for you.
This is my second time ever.
So I'm going to introduce the next segment of the show as the shit heap. It's the Supernatural Dogshit heap. So basically, what this segment of the show is anything that shouldn't be a news story or anything that has pissed you off, or I think what Ed is going to shoot for today is he's throwing a load of politicians on the shit heap.
Yeah.
So we'll
No, just one.
just one.
Just one.
That makes it even
Just
more.
one. Don't worry, we've loads of shit heaps to fulfill.
We
will see what shitty behaviour.
There was supposed to be a jingle to this, and the lyrics of it were, somebody remind me, quick, what were the lyrics of this
It shouldn't
thing?
be a story, not even a peep.
Oh yeah, there shouldn't be a story, not even a peep. That's why it's going on the supernatural dog shit heap. Yeah, so there's our intro.
Needs work.
Live and all.
Nearly made it there at the end.
Over to Ed.
Right, so our first segment of the supernatural dog shit heap includes a man so tedious he can hope to never be more useful than compost material, because I'll tell you this much, he's been fuck all used to it since I ever heard about him. It's that man who drifts with the vibe of trying to be too hip religion teacher that wants to hit you and can't get beyond that first crucial, so you're probably wondering why I asked you to stay behind. Because truthfully, he's not sure he wants to play this little fantasy anymore. Yes, it's the leader of the Green Party, Eamon Ryan.
Go on, the Eamon.
Eamon Ryan.
No, he's nonplussed by the world burning around him. A man who triumphantly stood up in the time of crisis and said, "We should all stay home and grow salad in our windowsills."
He was right though.
He kind of...
No, he fucking wasn't.
I'm all for sustainable gardening and that. Everyone should give it a shot, you know?
I am too, but like what I mean was like, they knew this was coming.
No, yeah. Well, look,
Like if he's in power now, he's someone before he was in power. You know what I mean? But like to see pictures of him sitting there asleep and stuff like that, it's just
he's
insane.
a fucking moron as far as I can
But
tell.
I'd say you could get that in any one of them. Take a picture of them sleeping there any time. God bless them. Because they're earning so much money and have such a really hard job to do. You know, it's so hard to be everywhere partying.
Just love how sarcastic you are.
Yeah, no, but like that's the only way I could say it. Like it's a really hard job going out partying, meeting people, having money thrown at you left, right, and centre, and trying to get away with it all.
Do you know what I think we should do?
What?
I think that myself, Ed, and Nathan
Yes.
should be given a specific button for the table, and it's a mute button,
For me,
just specifically for Richie.
Just to mute him.
So just to mute him, just to piss him off.
But he'll never
But
be.
like-
He'll never be on air then.
I have been offering the mic as well. Like, you know, I've not been
There he goes.
Oh.
still hear me through your mics.
Yeah, he's muted. But
I
we can
am
still hear him.
heard by all.
So, Ed, continue on with your segment, please.
Well, anyway, right, this guy, right, this guy's the leader of the party that in 2008 decided to change car tax strategy. Some people argue to a fairer model, but it was only fair if you could afford new cars.
Yep.
But as well as this, the scientific community came out at the time and said, don't tax cars this way. This promotes bad, what was it? Hydrocarbons emissions.
Yeah, 'cause
not
diesel.
carbon dioxide. So
The diesel.
the lower carbon dioxide cars turned out to be diesel, but they produce more hydrocarbons. So it's actually a hell of a lot worse, and air quality is disproved since.
And even the technology they use, like they really like fuck with the testing. Like remember all that
That
Volkswagen scandal?
Volkswagen stuff, yeah.
Like that's
I'm-
just somebody
I'm slightly
got caught.
confused.
What?
What's going on the shit heap? Is it him himself?
Eamon Ryan's going on anyway,
So
right?
Eamon himself is going on.
Eamon is going on it, right? So now he has had many members of the party quit because of basically they're going into government and propping up Fine Gael and Fianna Fáil.
Can you
know,
just
people
remind
vote-
people who are
people-
listening who he actually is?
He is the leader of the Green Party who
Okay.
went into this nightmare coalition with Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael.
Okay. And his leadership
So
qualities?
anyway, right, so there was the quitting of the chair of the Queer Greens.
What?
I did not know it was a thing, and that
I'd
is
say a lot of
their
people
words, not mine. But he was,
Explain.
well, Rob O'Sullivan was the Cork branch's communications chief, and also he was the chair of the Queer Greens, and he quit over it. There was another one in Cork, Beth O'Reilly, she quit as well. Saoirse McHugh, who ran for the Shannon, she quit as well. There's Roscommon's Julie O'Donoghue, she quit as well. Oh, thanks for cutting me off.
Yeah, no, that's him. Yes.
Yeah.
Go on.
And Julia O'Donoghue came out and said that the party no longer upheld the principles that got them votes in the first place. So she quit because of that. And then, but we can't forget William Priestley, who was a South Dublin councillor, who quit due to unfair pay and conditions.
Oh.
He wouldn't go for the job for 17k a year plus expenses.
How much? What was his expenses?
He's a fucking politician. There's probably infinite expenses.
You
Here's
can
a
make
platinum
it
credit
expense.
card. Go try max it out. These fucking morons are paying
Off
for
with
it.
you. Is he your man who called for Wolves to be reintroduced into Ireland?
He is.
How do you
What
feel
a
about that?
fucking genius.
He's also the man who wanted to have this system of, say, if you had a village of 300 people, that they share 30 cars among themselves.
Now, I get what they're saying, right? But that's like what they did in the Soviet Union. And that wasn't fucking nice.
No.
Why do we have to reduce our personal commonwealth for the greater good of other people when you have countries like China that absolutely pollute the fuck out of the place?
Well, I mean, 70% of the world's pollution is coming from 100 companies, so
Yeah.
why not chase them up?
Yeah, exactly. You'll go, like, we're just customers. Why are you picking on a customer, like?
Yeah. There was also the case that he sanctioned his teammates when they spoke out against the evictions bill. So you had Nasa Horrigan and Joe O'Brien.
That eviction shit is crazy that
Yeah.
that's still going on, man. People still getting kicked out of their houses and shit.
But wait.
But wait, there's more. There's more.
He used the N-word talking about the taunts received by
No.
an Irish kid growing up here, one Sean Gallan.
So he may now look. If someone's quoting something somebody said or something happened,
He's
you're-
quoting it, but
it's a quote.
but as a politician, there's certain sort of minefields you don't go into, and I would argue that's probably one of them.
It's not a minefield. I look at it, if it's so widely used and everybody says it, from like thugs in the street to like kids, people, it's become a fucking, sorry for saying that swear word again, don't demonetize the boys.
You know what? What I'm actually thinking is changing the name of this segment.
Okay.
To see how long Rich you can go without swearing.
No. It's more of the Richie and Ed segment where they both, go at each other. Because thus far it has every single sentence that Ed has said.
Has it a curse word?
No,
Oh.
he jumps in and goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm feeling what he's saying.
Okay. Can you feel it inside? And the inside voice just until he's finished his
I'm here
segment.
once a week, man.
Yeah, then we'll go to you and you can have the mic. You can say
Oh,
something.
no.
He wants his airtime.
I just want to riff.
So back over to Ed.
The useless fucker barely hung on to his leadership when they cast it to votes then amongst Green Party members to re-elect the leader. So there in June, he narrowly missed losing out to, what was her name? Jesus, Catherine.
Very ill prepared.
Oh, no, I have it here. Catherine Martin,
Yeah.
who is also the Minister for Shutting Shit Down, as far as I'm
Okay.
concerned.
Okay. And is that all that's going on the shit heap?
Well, there's that as well, but the real reason he's going on the shit heap is these buy one get one free offers, and the taxation of cheap clothes you're liable to get in pennies. Now, this is a bid to stop people maybe eating so much junk food or buying too cheap clothes. This season's hottest new look, so every 4 times a year they go out and change their whole wardrobe, and they go and they do that, and they
do me a
end up
favour.
with loads of clothes they can't.
What is it that he's proposing?
He wants to tax clothes you're liable to get in, say, pennies. Cheap clothing
Okay.
manufacturers wants to tax all them
Right.
at a higher rate of tax.
Okay.
The clothes you buy in them places. And then he wants to do away with the buy one get one free offers. So say if you had like 2 pizzas for the price of one.
It's not a bad idea.
What is his reasoning behind this though? That
No,
sounds
we can't be
healthy.
putting tax on pizza.
No,
Okay.
do not tax
Not
the
on
pizza.
No,
But
no.
I think they're just trying to encourage healthier people.
But pizza's not
It's-
that bad.
It's possible,
Pizza's
but
fine.
at the same time, there's a lot of...
fat people.
There's 600 and at November's count there was 640 odd thousand people in poverty, and 202,000
Yeah,
of those
poverty
were
my
kids.
arse. Poverty my arse. But here's the
No, poverty's real.
No,
isn't it?
you gotta feel
Poverty's fucking real.
Is it?
Yes,
People,
it's fucking
people-
is.
Okay,
there's
so-
families rely on offers like that.
Okay, let
Yeah,
me. No,
there is.
wait. Just everybody calm down for 2 seconds. What is the definition of poverty? Because if we're going by the dictionary definition, you're all wrong. Because
on, what's the dictionary definition of
I don't know.
poverty?
I don't know. But you go ahead. What is your definition of poverty?
When you're fucking piss poor. When you're fucked. Poverty is living in shit and not being able to get out of living in shit. That's poverty.
Okay.
Poverty keeps you down.
Give me an example.
Single mother, 3 kids, comes around this time of year. She's to pay out for all the school shit, can't pay out for it all.
School grants.
School grants, yeah, she's not entitled to one because she lives with her ma or some bullshit. She doesn't qualify.
Can't afford it.
Okay, but
It only goes so far as well, the
Yeah,
grants.
they only go so far.
Yeah.
yeah, but
Yeah.
but these things
And
are
they take months
afforded.
to come through.
These things are afforded to every last one of us.
No, they're not.
If you're
If you're self-employed.
No, let me finish. If you're unemployed,
Yeah.
it's afforded to every last one of us. These days, it's actually handier to be unemployed and to sit on your ass and do nothing. Because, I mean, we all had a sample of that during COVID, when people were getting the COVID payment, and it turned out to be awesome sitting around doing nothing and just having money handed to you.
No, the problem is post-recession 2008. We've just got into a new one today, but post-recession 2008, people were offered shit jobs, shit wages, all the good wages went. So people went back to minimum wage on everything. Right? And it was just like, it was no big fucking deal that everything was minimum wage all of a sudden, 2009-ish.
I watched a documentary on Virgin Media. Actually, it was probably before it was Virgin Media. And the documentary was basically about people who were living in one of those shitholes in Dublin. I can't remember the area. And there was this...
Balliar.
No,
Ballyfermot?
it's somewhere like...
Balliar.
It's somewhere like Ballyfermot.
Well, it certainly wasn't Turn Euro anyway.
But,
Yeah, but there's poverty in
Shout out
Ballyfermot.
Turn Euro.
so, first of all, this woman had a horse in her garden.
Yeah.
Right? A horse.
Yeah, she's perfectly entitled to have a horse.
Okay, she's entitled to it, but she's on social welfare.
Yeah.
She's sitting down at the kitchen table, and she's seriously obese. Like, this is a fat chick.
Yeah.
And she's talking to the camera, and she's saying, "Oh, I can't even afford food." But what she didn't know was her child had come into the kitchen behind her.
Oh, I heard this.
Got up on the countertop, opened the press up. There was nothing but goodies and crisps and chocolates.
Fat fuck food.
And he just fucks off out of the room with all of this food, and she's there lying her ass off on the camera, and she was caught out.
Yeah.
Caught out. And this is somebody who's on social welfare,
Yeah.
who has her medical expenses paid for.
Yep.
She has the education for her child paid for.
Yeah.
And she has her home paid for, and she has her food paid for. What more do you want?
I don't care who gets
That's
it.
not poverty.
Keep it as good as you want, because in case I fucking need it.
But that's not poverty.
No, but there's people in poverty with that because they have other problems.
So what you were saying is people in poverty are the people who are working.
So there's a lot of working
lot
poor.
of working
Oh yeah,
poor,
I'm
yeah.
not saying it's just down and outers. There's a lot of working poor,
Yeah.
and they're working poor because they're not entitled to benefits because they're fucking working poor.
Yes, and that I absolutely agree with.
Like a 0-hour contract is like, you may as well. I could not do a 0-hour contract. You don't fuck yourself unless it's assassination or 2 hours a year. Grand.
Yeah, not a hope. There's not a hope. No, but there is.
Not a hope.
I do believe that the middle class people who are being strangled by this country, they're the one who are getting squeezed the most, and they are actually the ones who have least amount of money in their pocket at the end of the week, versus somebody who's on social welfare.
Yeah, but you have a guy that could work. Just say we have this hypothetical guy that works 2 jobs. His missus works as well, and he has to drive 2 miles every day to scab tobacco.
That poor guy.
You'll all know what we're talking about during the ad break.
Yeah. No, but even an example, right? Let's say the social welfare gives you €203.
208.
€208 a week.
Not
okay?
everybody.
And then you have someone who works full time and they break the bollocks. They only get €200. Let's say they earn 400 a week. They only get €200 extra a week for breaking their bollocks.
Yeah, and for that €200 extra, you remember they're paying their rent,
Yeah.
they're paying their medical expenses.
And rent is insane.
It's ridiculous. I remember when I first moved to Mullingar, that's how I actually met Ed. We only lived a couple of doors away from each other, and I was renting a 5-bedroom house, which was in pretty good nick, for €450 a month.
Try and get that now.
A month.
Yeah, that was the norm.
And now these days, now I have no idea what these houses are worth.
Friend
They're
recently,
about 700 a month.
Much more
more.
than that,
my
man.
missus sent me
Much more.
700, 750.
No, more, again, go.
Ado.
There's
There's a gaff
riots
in my
outside.
estate, pretty much similar gaff to mine, $15.50 a month.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Do you not
That's-
remember?
Yeah,
I lived in a 2-bedroom apartment. It was quite nice. It was quite nice. It was $850 a month.
2-bedroom apartment. And
Two-bedroom
wasn't
apartment.
quite nice.
The last
It's all right.
house,
Tiny.
the last house we had before this, it was $9.50 a month,
Dickhead.
and that was really good.
Okay. 950.
Yeah, that's back when it was
3-bed.
It was averaging $12.50 when we got.
Well, there's
It was a 3. Yeah, it was a 3-bed.
you know the apartment block that I used to live in.
Yeah.
So what happened was my landlord had sold up, and he had said to me, "Listen, I'm selling up, but the other guy will take you on. That's not a problem." I was paying $550 a month. This is only about 2 years ago. I was like, "Yeah, sweet, that's awesome. $550, no problem." The new guy came along. He said $1,200 a month for the same
Just
apartment.
like that.
Just like that. €1,200 a month. Now I know people who are investing in properties. It's a buyer's market right now.
What floor were you on?
The first. Yeah, why?
You would have grabbed him and fucked him out the window. There goes my rent problem.
But you know what I'm saying? What is the incentive to work?
There's none.
To break your bollocks for that extra £200 a week. Why,
Yeah,
why would you bother?
There's none, and that's where the girl won't smile at you and does when she's scanning your shit.
Poor woman.
The soul has been taken out of everyday work.
People in Duns are on all right money if you're there a long time.
Yeah, but they've all been like, they cut your hours and like they just fuck over all those people, man.
Yeah.
Then they fuck over the new people worse to compensate for how good the old people had it. So you have people working side by side on unequal wages.
Like us, the little people.
Yes, and you know, it's talking about little people. These little people need to take a little potty break, so it is top of the hour. And we're going to take an ad break.
We made
Sorry
it.
for all my swearing. I won't swear anymore.
You will. We know you will.
I won't.
Richie, it's you.
I won't
It's-
fudge it up, man.
You will fudge it up. I guarantee you will fudge it right up the...
I'll fudge. I won't fudge it.
We'll see.
See you in 5.
See you in 5.
Every day, Richie has to drive 2 miles to bum tobacco from his friends. With your generous donation of only $19.20 a week, Richie won't have to sponge from his friends. Text Richie to 521034 27591268089 so we can finally tell Richie to piss off.
From its rich traditions beginning when the first AM radio transmission was broadcast in the year 1900 to present day, where radio is still the most listened to form of media and the #1 source for people of all ages to enjoy their favorite music and discover new artists. Sure, the technology has changed, but the concept has stood the test of time throughout history. From the end of World War II
General Eisenhower informs me that the forces of Germany have surrendered to the United Nations. The flags of freedom fly all over Europe.
to the falling of the Berlin Wall,
Our top story. The Iron Curtain between East Germany and West Berlin has come tumbling down.
to the U.S. entering the War on Terror,
None of us will ever forget this day, yet we go forward to defend freedom and all that is good and just in our world. Thank you. Good night, and God bless America.
generations across the world are united by music as it transcends all language barriers. It brings everyone on planet Earth closer together. We at iStreamRadio.ie understand what radio has done for the world and would like to thank radio for its 100+ years of service. Radio has been here through thick and thin. Thank you, radio.
Imagination is the beginning of creation. You imagine what you desire. You will what you imagine. And at last, we create what you will. Don't wait for the right opportunity. Let us create it. When the virtual world of the internet, ideas, dreams, and concepts have become a reality, now is the time to bring your idea to the digital world. MilestoneMedia.ie offer a full range of digital services such as web development, hosting, audio, and visual services. Inspiration has a new platform. MilestoneMedia.ie. Experience the difference.
Yes, and we're back. Supernatural Dogshit. It always seems like a quick break, doesn't it?
Well, it
Or is
was.
just me?
The ads are gone like that.
Seems quick.
Now, for everybody at home, they're probably like, oh, God, this fucking music is never going to end. We're all sitting here like, oh, my God, we're back in 30 seconds, quick.
Oh, hold on, he's trying to figure out his mic over there. What, have you got nothing?
We have some microphone issues here in the studio.
Yes, we do have microphones.
No, try now. Have a little.
Yeah, say something rather than bang it.
1, 2, 1,
Yeah,
2.
There you
Yeah,
go.
you're
See?
fine.
What, can you hear that?
Yeah.
I can't hear fuck all.
That's because you have
You're wearing the wrong headphones.
I'm wearing the wrong headphones.
Yeah, there you go. Professionalism.
It's hard to find good help these days.
Yeah, professionalism all the way, people. Professionalism. So, yeah, we're
do
back from the
apologise.
break, and we have not really got much to say other than let's read the comments.
I have a few comments.
Yeah, please.
So I won't go with second names because
We did. Yeah. Here's a bit of a radio trick for you. You
Okay.
know when we pre-discuss something?
Yeah.
Then don't discuss it.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Like,
matter.
Like second name.
Yeah,
in that
just
case,
do it.
I'm calling out everybody's second name here. No, I'm joking. So, Mr. Anthony said, "Richie, have you got the Megans?" Now, all these comments are going to be behind, but sure, look,
Who said that?
Anto.
it's all good.
yeah.
So, Rebecca also says amazing. So, shout out, Rebecca. Thanks for saying amazing.
Hey, Rebecca.
Dan says those taxes disproportionately negatively affect poorer families.
Yeah.
Like the 2-for-1 stuff
Yeah,
and all
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And he also says a specific definition of poverty is irrelevant.
Is it?
But that's
Well,
that's
yeah.
for us to discuss.
Nah. Hold on a second. Hold on now.
No.
1 second. Who was it that sent that comment in?
Dan, you have entered the wormhole.
Dan, yeah?
Darren O'Hara.
No,
No, we're not supposed to be reading out.
Oh, right. Well, Darren O'Hara would
just Dan. Just
Yeah,
Dan.
so Dan.
Oh, Dan.
Darren did comment though.
So
Yeah.
let me just say, of course we need to, that's what nomenclatures are for. We need to be able to
Describe
specify something. And if your version of poverty is different than my version of poverty and somebody else's is different and different and different, then what the hell is poverty? We need to agree
You can
on
see it. You know what
the
poverty is when you
definition.
look at it.
No, but we need to agree on the definition of poverty.
Oh, right.
Because you look at the homeless, and I say in air quotes here, homeless situation in this country. We don't have a homeless
We
situation.
fucking do.
Yes,
We
no, we
fucking do.
No,
Don't
we-
you
no.
cannot say there's no homeless problem.
I can, and I just did. We
There's
have-
families living in fucking B&Bs every week to fucking week. And it's
Okay.
not, there's homelessness in this country through misfortune. When someone's house burns down, they go straight to fucking B&B to B&B.
Okay, again, not a homeless situation.
That they're fucking homeless when their
No,
house is
no, hold
fucking
on,
gone.
hold on.
I agree with Richie.
Hold on.
They're homeless.
Hold on. You go over to Pakistan. You go over
We're
to...
in Ireland, though.
No,
We're in
no.
Ireland.
Let me finish my point. You go over to Pakistan, you go over to any of these third world countries, and then you know what homeless is. Homeless is living on the streets. Homeless is not having somewhere to put your head. Homeless is not having somewhere to go. In this country, yes, we have terrible expenditure on money, stupid expenditure on hotels and stuff like that, and it's not ideal situation, but they ain't homeless. Again, we need to...
They're
living in
homeless.
a B&B doesn't mean you have a home, though. Living in a
Aiden.
B&B doesn't. That's not a home.
Aiden.
Hold on, wait.
It's not a home, like, and it costs like the guts of 100,000 to put someone into a hotel for a year.
I'm fine with that. And as I said, I disagree with the fact that the government are spending stupid money rather than building houses. But that still doesn't mean that we have a homeless problem. You go any one night of the week into Dublin City, and how many people are literally sleeping on the streets? How many people? What do you think?
Well, walking through Dublin on average
I
night,
have the figures, by the way.
yeah, I'd say you could see 36 to 40 people if you're going from one venue to the other in Dublin with a good walk in Dublin and like that, which we've done quite often. There is homeless people, but I'm talking about the hidden homeless. The fact that there's a kid every morning going back to school now after all this corona shit, after spending a lockdown in fucking B&Bs and hotels, and sometimes nothing, right? Just having to be told, going with their parents, all right, we're going to put you in a taxi out to the airport. It's the only place we can put you for the evening.
Okay.
You just walk into the airport, sit there with your fucking kids, watch
Okay.
the world go by.
Is that
you.
a thing?
That's a thing.
I didn't know this now.
Go to the airport, it's warm.
We'll put you in the airport.
No, just go to the airport, wait there till tomorrow. There's somebody to come in and hear your
way.
case. Like.
Okay, so first of all,
But you don't have to go to Dublin. That's up the street here in Mullingar.
first of all, it's 97 people on average.
Yeah, that's too many.
Let me hold on
Yeah,
a
but
second.
You have to. You're not thinking about these hostels and all these.
Let me finish.
Okay.
Right, let me finish.
Go.
When I talk about homeless, again, we need to qualify what we're talking about, because this is where confusion happens, and this is why I keep on saying, I've rattled on 3 times in a row now on this show, that we need to use language correctly. Because when you describe homeless, to me, and the definition, actually the dictionary definition, is somebody who doesn't have a home.
Is someone who's renting a house a homeless person? Then?
No.
Well, they don't own a house.
And that doesn't matter. All you're doing is a play on words there. That you know and I know that a person renting a house isn't homeless.
Well, they fucking will be if they can't make €1,550 a month every month.
Okay, and so we live in a country that's overpriced. Fine, I get that. We live in a terrible, shitty country. What a terrible world. Bullshit. We live in a country that has.
We live in a great country, I get it, but at the same time, there's poverty in Ireland.
In its one of the
There is
in the
poverty in Ireland.
capital
You can't
city.
deny outright that
Oh
there's
no,
not poverty in
no!
Ireland.
In its capital city, we have 97 people sleeping homeless. You look at New York City. How many people are sleeping homeless over there?
Fuck New York. That's not
No,
here.
my point is, for a country like Ireland, we are doing very, very well. Therefore, we don't have a homeless situation. We have a problem with building houses for people on low income. Totally different thing.
No, you have a homeless problem, and we have that problem. They're two problems we can have together.
Yeah.
And one exacerbates and makes
Okay,
everyone worse.
so when we talk about the homeless problem, then we're talking about the 97 people in Dublin. When we're talking about people who cannot afford a house to live in, but they're in temporary accommodation, they're not homeless.
Those two words, temporary accommodation, that's homeless. A tent is temporary accommodation.
no,
according to some fucking county councils. A car is temporary accommodation.
I get that. But at the end of it all, it makes zero difference. Once you go, again, bring Pakistan back into it.
Fuck Pakistan.
No,
We're in Ireland,
no,
the
but no.
Republic of Ireland, where we have fucking great. We had a great country until we fucking.
We
became
need
part
to
of
be
the EU.
able to make comparisons to other countries to see how well we are doing.
Well-
It's a litmus test, and that's what we need to
No.
do.
But we also have to take population into account. and-
Population and
Absolutely, we need to
cultural
do
what I mean?
dispersion.
Yeah.
And the fact is, because we didn't keep up with social housing, because the population grew so quickly, literally it was like overnight, and then we didn't have enough houses for people because we didn't continue to build.
Because there's too much money in keeping houses down, so the other people can just milk the fuck out of it.
But
that $1,550 a month is just. Let's see how willing people are to not be homeless. Like, who's to say next year won't be $3,250 for the same fucking thing?
Most of these people are in temporary situations.
No.
Most of them
No.
are.
Because if you look at the percentage of them that commit suicide while in temporary accommodation,
Okay.
and then that becomes a suicide or alcohol or drug figure.
Okay, I don't get your
It's,
point though.
It's no life to be offering anybody.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
No, again, a comparison. I'm going to make
Why
a
not
comparison.
at least even offer them a caravan and a plot?
I'm
Why
gonna
not
make
even
a-
give
You
them
need
that
to be able to
dignity?
cook your own food, have your own.
Your children need a
facilities.
home to grow up in.
Exactly. You need to be able to cook your own food, have your own facilities, a space for children as well. You can't say it's a home for them to be staying in B&Bs and stuff like that. It's temporary, but it's not a home.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Again, I call bullshit.
If you're living in a B&B, man, that's not life.
Right, I get.
Or a hotel
it's
room.
It's not a life. No, it's uncomfortable. It's horrible. But it's nowhere near as bad as what the rest of the world have it with their homeless situation. For this country, we are doing so damn well with the homeless in this country. We offer them more than anybody else does.
Yeah, but
So-
it's the way we spend that money. It gets milked top to bottom by private companies that do care. It gets milked top to bottom by people who run the
Hoteliers.
courses and people.
Yeah.
It's so much administration attached to
get
that.
that.
It drains every
They'd have a
resource
house
from
built in-
active care.
They'd have a house built in 2 years by the time it takes to put up a family in the homeless accommodation. So
For
why
1
don't
year.
why don't they just build the house for them? I don't understand it. The people living there for years in it, like I really don't get it. When they could build it for the same money.
Yeah, there was a bit of a bang there.
Sorry.
No, look. My issue is the fact that every single news story that we see these days, every one of them are overhyped, over-exaggerated bullshit. You know,
Majority of them,
fake
yeah.
news.
So when we hear homeless, bullshit.
I know.
We have a problem, but we have a problem with housing, social housing. It is not a homeless problem, and there's not a single person in this room that will convince me we have a homeless problem when there's only 97 people sleeping on the streets in Dublin.
Yeah, but when it's like every second Tuesday morning, Jordan Winter's like 4 more homeless people found frozen today in Dublin.
Okay,
That's
and
those
then,
4 fucking
and
people, man.
let's address those people. The vast majority of the 97 people who are sleeping on
Still
the
a
streets,
person.
let me finish. The vast majority of these people who are sleeping on the streets have either drug or alcohol substance abuse problems.
Yes.
The vast majority
Yes.
of these.
Yeah.
I'd hate to put a number on it, but I'm going to guess around 95% of them have
Yeah.
drug or alcohol
And
abuse
does that
problems.
prevent them in any way having children?
No, what it does
bigger
do,
problem.
it prevents them from having a normal life, and the majority of these people refuse to go into social housing because they want to be some sort of nomad.
No, they've just chosen their addiction over having to go through any sort of
Absolutely.
hoop.
So when those people die on the streets, what do you want us to do about it?
What about
How's that our problem? That these people chose to take drugs, and then they freeze to death on the street. How is that our problem?
It's everybody's problem.
It's everyone's problem.
How? They didn't take personal responsibility for themselves, but we should scrape up the pieces, try and put their life together, and waste our money on them just to piss off back out in the streets.
Yeah, but
again.
there's some people can't witness things like that. It
No.
would, like,
Give an example.
If you're walking down the street and you see a guy and you think he's asleep and you go to work and you're like, Jesus, that guy.
Oh,
And then
he's
you hear
alright,
on the
like.
news that somebody died, like.
Boo-hoo.
Yeah, but it can affect some people.
Okay.
Real bad.
So what affects some people?
Witnessing a severe mortal accidents happened to my Mrs. Ma a couple of weeks ago in England.
Okay.
There's like, she lives in like an apartment block beside a really busy road, and there was some crazy road rage incident where 3 cars had crashed, and there was one woman killed in it, and people were coming up and videoing it, and they came up to try and stop them videoing it, and then like put blankets and stuff. But she wasn't right after it.
No, but you know what my issue is? We live in a world that
So-
is way too damn sensitive.
Oh, it is, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like, take the sand out of your vagina for 1 second and just cop on that life sucks.
Yeah, but you can't say that to kids.
Life is a pile of shit, you know, because we all have our own pain, we all have our own grief, we all have our own depression, we all have certain things that we have to deal with in life. You know, and you see a dead body and you're scarred for the rest. You're like, no, grow the fuck up
But, yeah,
and
but,
be a
that's
person.
but that's not their fault for being little docile people. It's not like there's
It is, and I tell you why it's their fault. Again, personal responsibility and their parents' responsibility to teach their kids, you know, that the world is a tough place instead of wrapping them up in cotton wool and saying,
Oh no, you have
it's
to wrap
all-
your kids up in cotton wool. You'll fuck
Yeah.
them up. You'll
No.
twist them. Man. No, you'll twist them.
Hell
Nah,
no. Can I
I
just
think
point out
there's
this is coming from the guy who allows his children to watch?
Rick and Morty,
No, not Rick and Morty. What's the other one?
American Dad.
No, it's even worse.
Family Guy.
No, even worse.
Not Big Mouth, is
Big
it?
Mouth. Thank you very
Do
much.
you let
Yeah,
your
yeah.
kids watch Big Mouth?
Like
Yeah.
just big about it.
Why?
Yeah,
We
this is
watch it
coming from
with
the guy
them.
that wants to
Filth.
protect the kids.
Yeah, but found out Jessie was watching it. We're like, no, just watch it with us, so we could watch it and see what she was being exposed to and gauge her,
Right.
gauge her reaction to it. Jessie's going to do what the fuck she wants to do, man. Like,
Okay.
she's a
point.
cool kid. She likes cool stuff.
Yeah, the door just opened on its own.
As well, before we go any further, we have someone who agrees with you, Aidan.
Thank you very much.
Darren says, why is the responsibility on the government to provide a home for people? It is intended as temporary. Why are these people not trying to change their own circumstances? I agree there's no homeless problem. It is a people problem.
Thank you
No,
very
see,
much.
we have a country that grew out of nothing but poverty.
You've,
So it
opened,
had
a,
to
you've
be-
opened a wormhole, Darren.
It had to become law that people were guaranteed these basic things, because even Ireland under penal law had fucking nothing. You couldn't have fucking windows. Sorry for swearing again in the second half. I lasted about.
I have fudging.
Also,
when
you know,
I
you know
lasted
your,
like
your
14 minutes.
You know your fact of 97 people sleeping on the street. Yeah, is that including people who get the lucky ones that get into these shelters
no,
for the night?
no, absolutely not.
No, that's where they get good head
to
counts,
me-
like.
Does that
To
include
me,
couch
they're-
surfers?
To me, they're homeless.
Hold on. Does that include what?
Couch surfers.
No, it doesn't.
No, they don't.
No, this is all that
Aiden.
statistic is the people who are literally on the streets, not who are in a bed, not who has somewhere warm to sleep, not who's in a hotel.
That's definitely a big number then.
I'm gonna switch this up. It's a terrible small number. It's a minute number.
97.
It still wasn't the country we grew up in.
5.5 million.
Did you say 97?
Yeah.
Right, that's 97 people. If I brought those 97 people here and pointed at you and said, he says you're not homeless,
It's
they'd
97
pull you
people
limb
need
for
help.
limb.
That's not what I said. You're clearly not paying attention.
I
the
want to bring a big
conversation.
homeless tire. I just want to.
That's not what I
I'm
said.
going to give you a address out to the homeless.
My
No,
point-
that's not what I said. Hold
One
on.
thing
Just
ab-
They'll all-
one
sorry,
thing-
they'll all
sorry,
cover it.
Hazel. I just want to clarify what I'm saying.
One at a
here.
time.
You said, actually, I can't remember what you said. Go on, Hazel. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say, like, the thing is about homelessness, like, every situation is so different. Like, you know, they might not have people to support them. You can't say, oh, your decisions, your choices, or whatever, like, because they might not have what each of us have, like, you know what I mean? There might not
That's-
be a family member that would be
That's a
willing-
far cry from a couple of weeks ago, last week or the week before, when you said "my body, my choice."
What do you mean? How does there a
Well,
point?
because when you were talking about abortion before, you said "my body, my choice," so it's your personal responsibility.
Yeah.
Now we're shifting the responsibility onto the government, because that's basically what you just said to me.
They're
there.
different
We're
things.
Shifting the.
They are very different. You know what
I understand that they're different. So why is the government there to support one and not the other?
Well, I'm just saying, like, say in the morning, right? I don't know. I had a really bad drug problem or something like that, right? I have people in my life that would try get me out of it. That doesn't happen for everybody. Sometimes people are left on their own.
Yeah, I get that.
That's the point I'm trying to make. Like, you
I get
know,
that. And I'm not saying don't help people. That's not what I'm saying. But some people are past the point of help. With the vast majority of these people who are on the streets, I worked in a homeless shelter years ago in Dublin, and the services there were fantastic. They had somewhere to sleep. They were given their food. They were allowed to watch TV and do the normal stuff. But one of the things that I noticed was the vast majority of them were trying to get in with their drugs. I had to search these people before they came in because the drugs weren't allowed on premises. So no,
You're
the point,
no crap.
the point is
Fucking narc.
you're taking heroin off of people. You know, these people are not.
I doubt someone willingly gave you their fucking
Oh, they do.
heroin.
They do. There's a locker. There's genuinely a
Oh, they're
locker.
getting it back?
Oh, they get it back.
Do the guards ever come in and raid them?
No, they're not allowed in. But my point is, yeah, of course people need help, but some of them are past the point of help, and because they've been offered it so many times, and I've seen it. There's actually a psychiatrist who sits in the building overnight for anybody who wants it.
Yeah, but
all these things are afforded to people,
Yeah,
but they
but-
don't want it.
Some of those shelters, though, there's people going in and they say it's really worse to go in there because there's people.
Full of junkies, man.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, they might get, there's certain things going on. They're like, look, I'm better off taking my chances on the streets. I've watched documentaries with people saying that on it, like, you know what I mean? Like, rather than going in there. So you can't say that they're perfect either. Like,
I understand that, and they're part of the percentage, and that's what you said. I said 97%. 97 people came here and said that I said they weren't homeless.
Yeah.
I never said that the 97 people weren't homeless. I never said that. What I said was these 97%, these 97 people, the vast majority of them have drug and alcohol abuse problems. The ones who are in the shelters are not homeless.
Right, but you're looking at just Dublin city centre, right? I'm telling you now, there is so many people who do not have a house to call their own. They're homeless. If you don't feel like you're safe in your home, even if you're renting,
And that raises a
you're
really good
fucking-
question. That raises a good question. Then is it the government's responsibility to step in and give everybody a house?
No, it's the
Yeah, for
government.
everybody in the
no,
audience.
It's the government's responsibility to do its job, which is to step in and protect the best interests of the people.
Okay, and where have they not done that thus far?
By letting in the likes of Nama and everybody have a free-for-all on Irish property.
Okay, so I agree with that.
Making tons of fucking money off us, pumping money out of us to fuck.
Yeah.
I got a mortgage last year and I was like literally dancing up and down. I was like, oh my God, I don't have to fear renting a house again.
You almost weren't going to get that until they found out you had a second job.
Handing my paperwork.
Very hard to get a
And,
mortgage here.
they
And your
didn't-
missus works as well.
Yeah. But like it's crazy. It's insane. Like the money they expect people to have. Like young people aren't what they used to be.
No, but you know what? It was much easier to get a mortgage back in the day.
I was just going to say that.
yeah.
Like, houses were like £30,000 back in the day, and now they're like 300.
Overpriced dog
Yeah,
boxes.
like it went, like
Yeah.
how did it jump from £30,000 to €330,000? Like, I don't understand how.
Like there is
inflation.
inflation.
Yeah.
There is inflation, but the problem is that it's Ireland, and what happens is you get a little fucking good idea bandwagon. Everybody goes and plays golf. Then there's 100 guys doing it. Then they all go and fucking play golf, and there's
Can I-
3,000 guys doing it, and they all fucking have this scam.
Let me run a scenario past everybody here and our listeners. So there's a guy. He has an okay job, middle range income, and he loses his job. And social welfare step in and they start paying his mortgage on his house.
Up to 450 euro.
Okay, up to 450 euro.
Is that a thing?
We can't pay. First of all, we can't pay the full amount. But I'll continue on. So this guy loses his job, and they step in and they help this guy out because this happens on a daily basis. People walk into social welfare offices and they get free money handed to them, and of course, there's going to be the assholes who sponge
free
the
money.
system. Well, no, they get money handed to them. Some of them, it's free money. The spongers who have never worked a day in their life, it's free money for them. Would you not agree?
Yeah.
I have to agree. It is free money.
Would you cut everyone off just to cut those spongers off?
No, I wouldn't. No, I would do the 1 year rule.
What's the 1 year
So
rule?
1 year rule, I would for the first 3 months they get their full social welfare. For
Right.
the second half of the 3 months, another 3 months, which makes 6 months, they would get less than that, and then to the point where after that year you're completely
It
cut
keeps
off.
getting reduced.
You're just
Reduced until the point you're-
agonizingly reducing the time it takes that person
Too
to
right.
go broken.
Yes, I
we're
am.
facing into another recession.
Yes, I am.
I remember the last recession. I remember being out of work. I remember having to get the loan of 50 cent to fill out a prescription.
Evan, you said the last we were still in it.
We barely came out.
They
with it, and
talked
here we are
about,
again.
Enda Kenny talked about a recovery in inverted commas, and everybody said, oh, there's a recovery. The likes of you and me saw no difference.
None of it.
Okay,
None
so
of it.
why did I see a difference?
Because
you're a Schlieveen.
A
Maybe you
Schlieveen.
have a certain skill set. Maybe you have a certain skill set that it's never really been a problem for you to be out of work. Though.
Never been an issue.
It's never been an issue, but there is certain like.
I've never suffered because of recessions. I've
Yeah,
never suffered
you're
because
very
of
lucky, though.
crisis.
But you're a single man. You can nothing.
But no. I
you're-
wasn't always a single man. I wasn't always a single
Yeah,
man.
but for this recession, you were.
Yeah, but for the last recession, I wasn't.
Did you have to interview during that recession?
No, well, you had to. I lost my house. The bank came along and took my house back. I lost the business, lost absolutely everything, lost it all. So the recession hit me that way, but I bounced back within a month. Simple month. Just
I know, but that affects everybody differently.
people,
too,
yeah,
stuff
but
like that.
see, and this is why I'm saying about people taking the sand out of their goddamn vaginas and just getting on with it, because we can't all sit around feeling sorry for people all the time.
I know,
No,
but you have
you're
to
right.
respect
But
mental
what
health
we
as
have
well.
to respect as well is the fact that these people, they're getting no fucking help, man. There is no help for them because of legislative problems, especially with the illegality of what their primary
Quantify.
thing is. Like
Quantify when you're saying these people. Who are these people?
the homeless drug addicts that you're like chastising.
They
them.
still get their money.
Yeah, they still get their money, but
And
that's
what do they spend it on?
drugs.
Okay, so what we're doing is sufficiently funding their drug habit.
Not even. We're
We're affording them the rights granted to them under the Irish Constitution.
And I get that. That's fine. I get that. But what we're doing is we're paying for their drugs.
I would rather pay for their drugs than go and change anything good out of our Constitution that's left of it.
Yeah.
That's dude.
That's preservation.
You would rather keep those 97 people on the streets. You would rather keep them on their drug
No.
habit till eventually they die, because this is the byproduct of what you're saying. If you didn't change laws,
There's only
and
one
legislation.
amendment you have to
Well,
change. It was an amendment brought in 76, the Drugs Act. The Misuse of Drugs Act.
Can I also point out to everybody that this wasn't a topic?
No, this is
No.
after
No.
taking off, though.
I don't know why.
But
Yeah.
this became a
because
topic.
it's controversial to say there's no such thing as homelessness or poverty when there
I never
fucking
said that.
is.
I never said that.
Sorry, it's on a vast
He's-
scale.
He
No.
said we don't have a homeless problem.
I said we don't have a homeless problem.
Right, I could bring you out of the studio, walk you 350 metres up the road and show you a homeless person.
Okay, and that's fine. It's still not. It doesn't constitute as a problem.
It is a problem for that person.
For that person, it is. But for the government and for us, the people, it doesn't constitute a problem. If one person is homeless on the street, if you bring me down and show me him, that's not to say I wouldn't help this guy, that I don't have empathy for this
Yeah,
guy.
because you did say
Of
on the
course I do.
podcast, you said you're humanity before. You said you help anyone. You
Of
said
course I
if
do.
these
Yeah.
asylum seekers want to come into our country, you did say.
There was a guy who was sleeping down at the shop 3 Christmases
I know
ago,
exactly who you're talking
and
about.
I brought him down to the apartment and I let him stay in my apartment over Christmas.
Controversial question for you.
Well,
Which life do you value protecting more? The life of the unborn child
Mm-hmm.
or the life of one of those junkies? Who's more important to you?
That's a good
the
one.
unborn child.
They're both equally important.
The unborn child is more.
For the principles of the unborn child being important, that junkie is important.
Why?
Because it's a savable life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I agree.
It's a
that it's
savable
I
life. There's
agree.
a potential for redemption.
I agree that it's a savable life,
Human,
but
human
unfortunately,
form is designed to survive.
unfortunately, what we've done is we have enabled lazy assholes. We have enabled drug takers. We have enabled single motherhood.
We've enabled it culturally as well.
enabled
Yes.
all of these things.
I do
and
have
it's
to agree with you there.
It's a
How can
terrible
you enable single motherhood?
by giving them money on social welfare.
No.
I don't understand that. Like that
Deploy-
single motherhood isn't a choice. Like if the father, if it doesn't work out between the couple, or in most cases the father leaves, how can you say that you're enabling
Well,
single
what
motherhood?
I will call, I will change my phrase there just to be more PC about it. Single parenthood. They encourage single parenthood. They actually do, because if you're a single parent, you get everything paid for.
I've seen it.
Whereas if you want a good, productive society, then it means that we have to be working as a society and working together. And these people are outside of society, and all they're doing is leeching off it.
Right, but a single mother can be incapacitated from working by the presence of having to be a mother to a child.
Exactly.
yeah.
They can't have time to do everything.
Like the only people that get a break are the people and it's not even a break.
I get
They're
that, but
the people with disabled kids. Like
Rather-
people are getting all that money for their disabled kids. It's like, lad, they have no life now. They
But
have
this
to
is a
mind
much-
that
There
child.
was, and by the way, I just want to make one more point as well. If the single mothers wouldn't have to claim or wouldn't have to do that if the fathers were paying for the children.
Absolutely, but you know, we can't. If you want to, we can make it a sexist battle there, because
No, it's not
What
a
I've-
sexist
what
No,
I've
no,
not-
I wasn't even making it that, but I'm just saying, like,
no, but it's always the case when you come up with when people like me who come up with an argument like it's encouraging single motherhood, I always get it thrown back at me that where's the fathers in this, and it's the bastards, it's the asshole fathers who are ignoring their responsibilities. That's what gets thrown at you first thing from a lot of people.
How long now? Can I just say from experience? I don't know. There's barely a handful of people I know that have kids out of wedlock that don't pay their Yeah,
it's a real scum
that
thing to do.
pay their actual maintenance.
It's a scum thing to do.
Oh no, of course.
I mean, you're not. People are of the understanding that possibly, you're cheating.
It's a terrible
You're one
thing.
out of money, but you're not. You're cheating the kid.
It's a terrible thing to shirk your responsibilities.
Yeah.
If you're a father, that's it. You're a father. You should be paying maintenance. If you're a mother and the father has custody of the child, the mother should be paying maintenance. It's an equal society that we live in, so this is the way it should go forward. I don't
agree with the mother having to pay maintenance.
Bullshit.
To a father.
Bullshit. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. If the father's
Only in the
father's
case-
full time, yeah.
Oh,
if the full-time father.
yeah, if he's now only in the case that he's disabled
What?
Why?
What?
because he's incapacitated. No, I'm a firm believer in the man is the breadwinner and the woman is the caretaker.
And what if the roles have been reversed?
Yeah.
Not if they've been
Or was
reversed. If the roles, like, what makes her
Well,
the
like-
breadwinner? Was
Okay.
she the breadwinner anyway?
No, I'm going to give you an example. Right now, I
I'm
can't
all
name.
for that as well.
I can't
I'd be a
name any
stay-at-home
names.
dad in the morning, man.
I can't name any names, but this is an example. I know somebody, I'm related to somebody who was a single father. The mother is an alcoholic,
Yeah.
and she was given many chances to redeem herself, and she never could.
Yeah.
So basically, she is one of these 97 people that I'm
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about.
yeah.
You know, she shirks all her responsibilities. He had to bring her to court for maintenance because he is what you said, which is the single father who doesn't have the time to go and get a job
Yeah.
and X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, in the same position as the woman.
So he's in the same position of the woman. But you just basically said that he should be disabled before he gets maintenance from her.
Yeah. She's not in a position to pay maintenance.
Oh,
Who awards him
Why,
his maintenance?
who says?
yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
she's
well-
a fucking homeless junkie. I guarantee you she's not going to give him 450
There are
euros a week.
homeless people who are brought to court who are on social welfare who still have to pay maintenance towards their children. The maintenance money is stopped out of their social welfare and given. So if it's good for the goose, it is good for the gander.
If I broke up with my missus, you know what my maintenance would be?
Go on.
It'd be 200 a week.
Okay.
And something like 600 a month on top of that 200 a week.
I think if you're going to have a child, you should have to pay for it, no matter whether you're male or female.
It's not. It's
Yes.
like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
it's about that fabric of raising a child with
either
somebody.
you're paying for it in the sense that you're rearing them, or if you're not in their life, then you're paying for it with money.
Now,
If you-
what
you
I
know-
do agree, but what I disagree with is that if
she's working, it's 50-50.
No, if a father is taken to court for maintenance and the father isn't granted access to those children,
Yeah.
and the father's position has been taken over by somebody else, the new daddy in the situation.
Oh, he's the right to waiver, but he's no
Then
right to call them his kids. then.
yeah, no, exactly. But I think at that point, the man should have the right to turn around and say,
No.
you are not granting me custody of the children. I have zero to do with them in my life, but you want the money out of me, so no.
Yeah, no, and a judge would probably rule in his favour.
They have, and I have seen it.
Yeah.
I have heard it and seen it with my own
A
two
sane
eyes.
judge, a non-biased judge, who, yes, this is clearly a man being extorted.
Yeah.
But I'm a step parent to a ghost dad child, and I'm telling you now, man, they leave behind some damage. Like,
Oh, they do.
it's not even the financial implications, Aidan. It's the interpersonal and human implications of being homeless and being from a broken family.
I think Hazel said it best last week or the week before when she said, it doesn't matter if you're a man or if you're a woman, there's arseholes in every walk of life.
Yeah.
You did?
I actually think that was me.
No, that was Hazel.
I
That was
maybe
Hazel.
it was
100% it was Hazel because I said, yeah, I totally agree with you. It doesn't matter whether you're a man or a woman. It doesn't matter if you're black or white. It doesn't matter if you're Asian.
Oh, yeah, I did say that.
It makes no difference
Well, it's-
whatsoever.
Yeah, well, like, you're going to meet people. I did say that. That was actually off air. I said,
Yeah, it
there's-
was, yeah.
Yeah, there's going to be. Doesn't matter your gender or whatever. It depends on the person. You know, whatever. You know, it really does. Yeah.
And on that note, I think we're going to go to our next section. Does anybody remember what it is?
I haven't a fucking notion.
It's a very serious section, by the way.
What's it about?
It's eye on COVID.
Eye on cold. Are we
yeah.
not all sick of this shit by now?
No. We're going to have a serious talk now
About COVID-19.
COVID-19.
Ah.
Yes. So I will.
Is that China virus?
It is the China.
The thing that
virus.
people don't want to be called China virus, the virus that came from China.
Are we going to our news reporter?
We are. Well, no, we're going to go to our. This. It's time for this week's installment of Eye on COVID.
Eye on COVID, bringing you the latest updates and COVID-related news from around the world.
Okay, and we're going to go over live to our Asian correspondent in the field, Fukum Young.
We still got the COVID. All right.
Riveting stuff.
Wow,
Riveting stuff.
riveting.
It turns out that COVID is still in the country.
Turns out it is.
Yeah, no more talk of COVID.
Question as well.
What's that?
We've from a comment. So, what do you do with an elderly person whose family have abandoned them, who's in hospital and refuses to go to a nursing home? This is also a daily occurrence within the HSE. This is a comment from a listener.
Okay, so sorry, I was a bit.
Would you like me to repeat
Yeah,
it?
please.
No problem. So, what do you do with an elderly person whose family have abandoned them, who's in a hospital and refuses to go into a nursing home?
Why did
Apparently, this is a daily occurrence in the HSE.
Yeah.
Why did the family abandon them?
But like,
Because there's asshole families out
There's
there.
asshole families.
look at your
out
own
there.
family. Is there anyone in your family you'd abandon?
Loads.
Well, there you go. That's how it happens.
There you
Exactly.
go.
Well, I mean, in that situation, when you have an elderly person and somebody who has already, I mean, they've worked probably for the vast majority of their life, and just giving them the benefit of the doubt here.
Well, if they're old, they've lived through
They've-
some hard times in this country,
Exactly,
so
and
they've earned the right to be alive.
Yes, and they've paid their taxes. So I believe that someone like that, you know, they should never end up in an old folks' home. I think there should be services there for them, and they should be given housing. Of course they should.
But why don't they give
can't
them
look
what
after
they
themselves.
want?
Sorry, go on, Richie.
If you give homeless people what they want, which is basically a caravan park, done up like a holiday
You're going to
place.
end up with the Bronx.
Yeah.
No, just old people with fucking, you know, those nice holiday chalets in a nice field somewhere.
Yeah, but the thing about old people is
Florida style.
they go into these homes because they can't look after themselves.
Yeah, but
You
like,
know what I mean?
like you could have them in cabins and have all their carers, like centre parks for fucking dying old people.
You could.
Because you could probably do cheaper than you're fucking doing any of their public healthcare services now.
We could also take care of our elderly relatives like we used to always do as well. Like,
Yeah,
you know.
bring them
That's
in
a
and live
moral
with us.
issue, though.
Yeah, that is a moral issue.
That's
Yeah.
expecting people to have morals, and it's
Yeah.
it's like the shopping cart fucking.
I wouldn't mind.
Analogy, like.
Has anybody noticed how Richie is pretending to be all Mr. Responsible this evening? When we had a long conversation before about what we should do with the elderly. Do you remember what you said we should do with the elderly?
Grind them up like Soylent Green.
Yeah, what was the name of the island that you want to put them on?
Oh, Richie, super happy fascist, crazy Nazi island.
And how were you going to get them onto the island?
What was I going to do?
There was a cannon involved.
Oh, blast them off.
I was going to shoot the old people onto the island
Yes,
with like a big
and-
kind of Tesla kind of what's that, railgun?
Yeah, and if they could
Railgun.
swim back to the mainland, then, you know, we'd let them back in. But if
Yeah.
they can't and they drown in the water, then
Yes, it was like a slingshot to throw them out far enough. It's like a physical fitness
That's
test.
that's like the thing we were talking
Well,
about
like-
of letting. It's now, this is very fucking off topic, but the abortion thing, and we were saying, let the child die. Do you not remember you said they were talking
the
about
post-abortion.
Yes. So it's like if they survive 48 hours, yeah, you have made it. You survived.
Yeah, do the same with the old people.
That's
But-
kind of what you're saying, yeah.
Yeah, Richie's
What's
pretend-
this 48-hour thing?
We're all going to get old. That's the thing. You have to remember.
I'm already old.
all of us, like, eventually, hopefully, we do. And we live to an older age.
No,
So-
thanks to Amber Leaf. Not going to happen.
Yeah, we died her probably. But I don't know. I always joke. I'm like, rather than saving for a mortgage, I'm going to save for a decent nursing home.
Yeah.
But see, that's the thing. The nursing home would gladly take your mortgage. It'd
Yeah, well, that's
gladly
the
liquidate
thing. Like,
your
you have to
assets
give-
for you.
You have to give your house, like, to get into a decent nursing
Yeah.
home. Like, that's
And do you not think that
mental,
during that
like.
COVID scandal when all them old people died, nursing homes had quite a grasp on property?
Yeah, it's nuts.
It's just like, well, what did we do? Well, we got the deeds to, what, a couple of hundred houses because a couple of hundred old people died.
Exactly. They literally, was it half your house or all your house or something?
Something. You can, I know there's something they do.
The
'cause-
I
scheme,
don't
yeah,
see
there's a-
how
there's a scheme
a
there.
few years in a nursing
A
home
scheme.
Yeah,
is
there's
worth your whole house. Like, I
Yeah,
don't-
but you have to think about how many kids didn't get their inheritance because they could only put that person in care.
Well,
Yeah.
have you any idea the expense involved in nursing homes?
Yeah, it is very expensive.
It's hugely
yeah,
expensive.
it is. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
We have a grandmother who's in a nursing home, and you know, I can't tell you the price. I genuinely don't know, but I know it's in the thousands
Yeah, it is.
a month.
Do you
that
think
has to be
that's-
paid.
That's right, though. Do you think that's like
What else can we do? It's the price.
But it's how you get to that price is the problem.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Do you think they're open it? Like, do you
It's the
know?
fact that
I don't think so. no,
if you
because
look, at
our
how expensive an industry is and how little the workers within that industry are paid,
That's
you have to
a good
look
point.
straight there and say, right, well,
Yeah.
that's
Okay,
They're
one of the
making
big
a fortune.
one of the big killers in nursing homes is COVID. No, is insurance. Yeah. The insurance involved, and they have doctors on call. They have literally paid nurses who are there. They have staff and care staff and maintenance guys. It's a hugely expensive thing to
Do you know
run.
they have special hearses?
A special hearse.
They get a normal estate car and they cut a steel box into it, and they drive up in a normal estate car to pick
That-
up the coffins.
That's pretty grim.
I'd say they're doing that so they're not freaking out anyone looking
That's
out the window.
exactly why they do it. So they
Yeah.
because the thing is, you could see a hearse coming in twice a day. You could not see a hearse for a while.
It'd give you a fear of wagons, though. Every time you see it in a state there, you'd be like, oh, Jesus.
Yeah, there's another one missing.
I love a steak cars though.
I have a
Oh, yeah,
statistic
that's sexy.
statistic here about how much it costs to keep an elderly person in a nursing home per week.
How much?
Well, have a guess first.
850 a week.
It's more than that.
Oh, 1150.
1,250 per week
There you
Jesus H, man.
to keep someone in a nursing home per
And
week.
you know you're being scammed as well when there's a 50 in the price.
Yeah, right. That little 50 on top. We also have some commons.
Do you know if you actually talk to people in nursing homes, there's a lot. Like, I did a course a couple of years ago, and it was about advocacy for older people.
Yeah.
And they're saying even things as simple as their breakfast, like, you know, like having their eggs cooked the way they want. They don't always have a choice in that.
Yeah, because for 60 years his wife could have done it just the way he liked, and then
yeah,
she's gone and he's stuck on his fucking own.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. You know, that's like, it's just, even though it's so much money, are people really happy? That's the question as well.
Yeah, no, are the people at the end of this, at the service user, is the service user happy with the service?
Exactly.
Well, what I do know is that I've been to the nursing home where my grandmother is, and they just look miserable. Every last one of them are sitting around. I went up there just before the Christmas, and they were just singing Jingle Bells, and there's nothing as depressing as a bunch of old people who barely have their faculties about them, you know, sitting there trying to sing Jingle Bells, and there's a smell of piss and biscuits in the air.
Well, I don't mind the smell of piss and biscuits. It's the people that are doing their best to try and help them. And
No,
not.
but the reason why I bring up the smell is because even they're smelling that. Like, there are some people there who are in their full senses, like my grandmother.
Yes, I get what you're saying.
She's totally on the ball, and she would be like, I'm sick of the smell of shit in this place.
And to an older person that's got good quality about themselves, the smell of piss would repulse them.
Absolutely.
But if your granny's fully with it and she's there, why is she in a nursing home?
It's more a case of the age she's at now. She's her compass mentis. She's fully compass
But
mentis.
physically she couldn't.
Physically,
Yeah,
she's
okay,
not
fair,
able.
fair.
Yeah, so that's like a.
See, that's the thing though, wouldn't maybe like more home help? I know home help isn't perfect either. There's been a lot of scandal about that, but like if you could really support people to stay in their own homes.
If you paid home help well.
Yeah, if you paid home help better, if it was more regulated,
turns
people
out-
could stay in their own homes rather than having to give them up to go into these places. Like,
Yeah, but it turns out it's more expensive for home help, as far as I'm aware. I could be wrong.
Yeah, but it's a direct service.
It is.
And it's how I know people who work for it and they get fuck all.
Yeah, that's another thing.
You know what I mean? There's skimming going on. It's, it's agency work.
But if you have home help is only a certain amount of time that's
No,
allocated.
It's case by case.
Yeah, which is allocated case by case to a certain person. So let's say we have an old woman, she gets 3 hours a day. For those other 21 hours a day, she is on her own.
But probably has a pager and probably has somebody else to come in and check
Makes
her.
and if she's in
zero
good,
difference.
if she's in good health in every other way, like, do you know what I mean? Like, if
To
she's-
her, it's just an everyday character for her to say hello to and chat the same shit to.
Like, I don't know, maybe I'm overstepping the mark here, but I do think some people go into nursing homes that don't need to go into them.
Oh, I do believe there's families families who throw the old people as soon as they hit a certain age. That's it, off to the nursing home.
Try and
I do
kill them
believe that.
faster.
Well,
because they do.
But that does happen too. Like, people go down when they go in there. Like, genuinely,
Wouldn't you?
they're
Yeah.
well before.
You're
and
sitting
then they
around
go in
old
there
people.
and they,
Well, has anybody ever spent more than a week in hospital?
Yep.
Okay, anybody else?
No. A few days. 3 days, 4 days most.
And at those 3 or 4 days, were you not cracking up?
Miserable.
Yeah, miserable.
Yeah.
And most patients, I'm sure if you do a customer satisfaction form, they would be miserable in hospital.
Yeah.
Now you imagine an old person who was sitting there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
In a hospital scenario.
Yeah, and that's what it is. You know, they're nursing homes, but it's nurses who are walking around, and it's all sterile and you know,
Moving
And you're watching
Now,
someone
in
die
fairness,
every day.
Yes.
There's a nursing home up the road, and they bring in dogs 3 times a week.
well, that's amazing.
And they have a resident dog, and I've met all these dogs.
Nice.
Beautiful dogs.
That would be awesome.
Like one resident dog, and then a couple of dogs. show
What
up
are they
on the
called? The dogs, the therapy puppies.
Therapy dogs.
They're
Therapy
called
dogs.
fucking kick-ass dogs, man.
Therapy dogs.
Every dog is a kick-ass dog.
And they're kick-ass dogs, man.
Yeah, except for the
So-
ones who can kill you.
So, right, with all this being said, what would you expect for your $12.50 a week?
What would I expect?
What would you expect for your $12.50?
What do you mean $12.50 a
What
week?
1,250 per week.
1,250.
What I would
euros
do,
a week.
what I would personally do, is take a leaf out of that old woman's book. Great story, excellent story. There was a guy who went on a cruise with his wife, and he noticed that there was this old woman, and the people were talking to her as if they really knew who this woman was. So eventually, after like a week on this cruise, the guy asked one of the staff, who is this old woman? Everybody seems to know her. And he said, rather than go into a nursing home, it's cheaper for her to go on a cruise for the rest of her life.
Oh yeah,
Well, then
live on the cruise ship.
fucking live it
Cheaper.
up. Live it up.
And she is living it up. Fair
And
play to her.
what happens when she kicks the bucket now? Is
She gets
just gonna
fucked
give her a
overboard.
burial at sea?
Yeah, thrown overboard.
Fed to the
eh?
sharks.
Yeah, I assume.
I'm sure she's a bit of money put by for a funeral. She'd be all right. Like so, you know. If
But
she
imagine-
can afford the cruises. She can afford the funeral as
It's
well.
cheaper to go on a cruise than it is to go into a nursing home.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I just don't know whether to be cremated or fucking buried.
Oh, buried, man.
Cremated.
Buried. Hell no. I'm no.
See, the thing is, like, I don't want my ashes to fall over, be smashed, and hoovered up, and
But no, it's,
I want to be used to be antiqued.
See, the thing is, if you're gonna scatter my ashes, I have nowhere I want my ashes scattered. Like,
I want my
wanna-
ashes
I want to be buried in a nice
grabbed
plot.
by the handful and fucked into your face. I want all my ashes, not just an urn of it. I want the full fucking
All
black
I'm looking
bin
forward
liner
to
bag
is
of my ashes.
Everyone wearing black,
and I want
and Evan
a
wearing
fistful
runners.
of my ashes thrown into your face.
You want me to be antique? I would volunteer to be antique. If you amputate your leg and get it cremated, you can antique me with your own leg.
well,
It's a
I
stretch
think
too
it-
far. I won't be able to get up too many ladders like that.
I think everybody here knows what.
I
want.
was just gonna say what for those who don't know what antiquing is.
It's to hit someone in the face with a big handful of flour.
No. What do you remember? What I want done with me when I'm dead?
Oh,
Come on.
You want your body left somewhere, don't you?
I want somebody to steal my body, bring me to the SIP2 building in Dublin, which is the highest building in Dublin, and throw me off the roof.
Okay.
Splosh on the ground.
So you want a post-mortem suicide?
Some poor county council worker who has to scrape me off the ground will
be
be
a county council worker.
traumatized. Who would it be?
Be a fireman.
Some fireman.
It would be a
is gonna
fireman.
Be,
Yeah.
Well, no. The firemen don't get traumatized by this shit. But
Oh yeah, because they're not human like everybody else.
Yeah.
well, I'm kind of hoping there'll be a school trip. So whoever's listening, or any of you guys, if it's going to be done, make sure like there's a school trip going in
presents.
that
A
day.
bus full of kids going
Bus
by.
full of kids and just flinging me out. In
What
front.
if I get a couple of jars of mayonnaise, a couple of jars of ranch dressing, mix them up, microwave them really hot, pour in some milk, and get a funnel and fill your fucking corpse with it?
Oh, yeah.
Wait a couple of weeks and then do it.
Let the gases expand.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds pretty awesome,
Really
actually.
green, rotten Aiden falling out and splatting in front of a school of children walking.
How
around
are
the
we
school
going to
ground.
get him up onto the top of the SIP2 building though when he's in that condition?
That's for us to worry about.
We're going to put him in a big zip bag.
Ziploc.
Me and you are going to masquerade as window cleaners.
Oh.
We're going to enter the SIP2 building, head to the roof to get our lines ready.
Oh, we both have our out for hire tickets, don't we?
No, we're just going to wear high-vis jackets and say we're doing it. We're going to show them nothing. Maybe print fake lanyards, wear them around our neck.
That's how we got into the Golden Circle in Metallica, actually.
Apparently, you can get into any cinema with a ladder and a high-vis jacket.
I seen it.
Yeah.
Seen it. Yeah,
It's
I know exactly what you're talking
Brilliant. Two lads walk in with a ladder, high-vis jackets on. Oh, we just need to fix the fucking thing. Yeah. Walk in, walk straight in the cinema, take off the high-vis jackets, put down the ladder where nobody can see it in a row of seats, sit in and watch a film.
about. I know this is a bit of a delayed reaction,
Okay.
but I just want to take it back to something that you said earlier, Nathan.
Oh.
Yeah. And I
Taking
don't,
shit up.
I don't
You
know
must
whether
be a
any-
woman.
I don't know whether anybody
Copped
Down
what
with
I
that sort of thing.
That's it.
down with that sort of thing.
Careful now.
I don't know whether anybody copped what he said.
Okay.
Now maybe I don't know whether Ed knows about this or Hazel knows about this, but I can guarantee you, Baldy over here will know exactly what we're talking about. He said, "Do you believe that of the conspiracy theory that the continent was all one?"
Oh God. that's-
Pangea.
Pangea.
I said that.
Yes.
Hey,
Yeah.
This
This
is that
this
ages
is
ago.
this is hours ago.
Yeah, this was at the very start of the show.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he said, "That's not a conspiracy theory, you lunatic.
It's evident. It's real.
It's real."
Well, it's the most peer-approved and correct thing because there is continental drift.
Yeah, of course.
Two halves of Ireland were two different ends of Pangea at one point.
It's still happening.
It's still happening.
Always
Diverging
happening.
plates, converging plates, subverging, all that crazy shit.
Thanks for calling me out and bringing me back to that, Aidan.
Yeah,
But
no
it's
problem.
continental
Really
drift.
appreciate
It's
it.
called
No
continental drift. There's like a new continent be created in Africa where two parts of Africa are just like pulling apart in the middle.
Yep.
And all the magma rises to the surface and falls
Yeah, and then there's
to the
another
land.
part then where they're like crushing in each other and making massive mountain ranges and stuff.
But if,
The
yeah,
Rocky
that's
Mountains.
Himalayas.
exactly what I was just about to point out. When two land masses meet each other, they basically push up and create mountains.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Because of all the magma flowing underneath the crust of the earth.
But how many
Down magma.
how many continents
Magmar. Pokemon.
how many continents has there been?
What?
How many continents has there been?
Fucking enough, man.
I think there's like 4 or 5.
Is it
I
7?
would have said 5.
7.
You're just taking a wild guess.
Metallica
No, I'm
played
not.
on every continent. Yeah, they played all around the world throughout their career, but then they played in Antarctica and they played every continent.
No, what I'm talking about is how many continents, as in Pangea, And then how many was before Pangea or
I'd say
after?
it's countless because of the amount of when the Earth was just even cooling down. All those layers of skin getting like what we're seeing now is a slowed down process of something that was properly happening. It could have had a massive flow rate and be super viscous and super hot back before we were a cooling planet.
Why is it a case that the continental drift is happening?
Because of the convection currents underneath of the Earth's
one of the biggest causes is actually centrifugal force.
Well, because it's spinning as well.
Because we're 5,500 miles an hour spinning.
That's why we're so hot. It's because we're so hot in the middle, because all that mass is condensed and it's spinning around a star.
Really intense pressure on the iron core, yeah.
There's gravity waves coming off that star, like, and spinning everything.
Richie's doing great hand movements here.
Can I just say we went from nursing homes to Pangea?
Yeah, and so many other things this evening. I think it's time for a break nearly. No,
keep yabbing.
We can go to the comments. Before we
Over
go.
to the comments, please.
Yeah. So we have some people who want shout out.
Okay.
So we have, and we will go with full names here because I know these people and they would. Okay. So Gareth Ahern, shout out Gary.
Yep.
Keen Fitzpatrick, shout out Keen.
Yep.
And then there's a comment here that says, question for Nathan.
Cool.
Ooh. And the question is, how does Moses make his tea?
He brews it.
Oh, Ed has it there. Ed has it. Shout out Noel McGlynn for that.
Guy.
For that. Nobody else will get that apart from
the Jews.
Does anybody have what is the worst joke you've ever heard?
The worst joke I've ever heard?
Yeah. See?
So many.
Okay, so I'll give you the worst joke that I ever heard.
Listeners, give us the worst joke I've ever heard too.
But I've also laughed my ass off at it.
Yeah, but then it's not a bad joke.
No, it's bad. No, it's a bad joke.
All right, go on.
Did you hear
bad taste or?
No. Did you hear about the Kerry man Humpty Dumpty? The wall fell on him.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
God.
Jesus, man.
I mean, it's terrible, but it's slightly giggly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I have a dark one, but it's pretty dark.
No,
do it.
No, not. I know.
There's no such thing as too dark.
Yeah.
I want to hear it.
There is.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
It's not Madeleine McCann.
Oh!
That was a cheap shot.
Yeah.
Cheap joke.
Cheap shot.
Cheap job.
She'll turn up.
Any good 9/11 jokes?
No, we have no good 9/11 jokes. We have actually
Any good ethnic minority jokes?
Loads of 9/11 jokes.
Give us a 9/11 joke.
No.
Go on.
No, we're moving on swiftly.
Any Princess Diana jokes?
I do. This is going to get me into trouble.
Let's go.
No.
Not as much as saying that fuck abortion and fuck homeless people.
Would you stop? I never said either of those things.
No,
Can I just-
I'm paraphrasing.
You
clarify?
insinuated.
Again, once a week, people. Once a week.
Yeah, and we will apologise for every Thursday that Richie is
Tuesday.
here.
That's why I'm a see you next Tuesday. Toxic Tuesdays with Richie.
He comes in and takes over the mic. This is why I think we'll actually just do a special for Richie and leave him on his own in a room. Let him go off on his own.
Yeah.
Special for Richie. Special Richie.
So I have a Princess Diana joke.
Go on.
Here we go.
Right. Now,
see, nothing's off topic. You know what I mean? If there's a stab at the Brits, you're like, hold on, I know.
No. I like the Brits.
Everybody
I like the Brits,
brace yourselves for this.
So we're all aware of Cornetto.
Yeah.
Okay.
The ice cream.
Yes. So
Okay.
what have Princess Diana and Cornetto got in common?
Go.
They were both whipped by walls.
Oh Jesus!
Ba-dum-bum. I did say it was
As
a bad
far
one.
as we know,
I did say it was a bad one.
it was.
Well, in fairness,
There's that famous one though. It's like, why was Princess Diana dying?
Why is Princess Criana
Crying
dying?
because she was
Sorry.
crying.
About to have a stroke here.
Clearly.
Why was Princess Diana crying?
Go on.
Because her doty flew out the window.
Ooh.
Doty Fayed, shout out. Shout out that Muhammad Al Fayed.
Yeah.
Whoop whoop.
Hashtag Dodie.
I heard a story the other day of a guy, you know the guy that Princess Diana is alleged to have
Had a thing with.
had a thing with. Yeah, well, he was told get the fuck out of England, so he went to South Africa.
That the butler dude.
No, this is a soldier dude, and he got the fuck out of Africa, but he took one of the army Land Rovers with him and he sold it.
Nice.
Yeah, but he was meant to be an asshole. So the lad I was chatting to actually, he beat him in a tennis match, and your man went ape shit apparently.
Tennis. What a gentleman.
Well, what a raw.
Can I say I accidentally tapped ash into this can over here?
Oh, the one you're meant to be drinking out of.
The one I'm meant to be drinking out of, and I drank it earlier on, but nobody noticed because I covered it well.
And place your bets now as to when he takes a swig from it.
Yeah,
No,
right.
there's
There's a question here for Aiden.
Oh, there's a question for me.
Yeah, a question for Aiden.
I'm getting all the mics
from a
muted
listener.
now. Go on, please.
Keen says,
Yeah.
Any riddles for us, Aidan?
Oh.
And then we can go to an ad break, and when we come back, they can...
What begins with an E, ends with an E, but only has one letter in it?
E.
No.
So, yeah, if you
So
know...
I will give that one more time. What begins with an E, ends with an E, but only has one letter in it?
No.
Everybody looks stumped here.
I don't have a fucking clue what you're talking
No
about.
good at riddles, no
Everybody
good.
looks stumped. No, didn't
I'm waiting till we go off. I'm not going to say it.
What begins
You
with
know what the answer is, yeah?
I think you do.
What
Okay.
begins with an E, ends with an E.
And has only one letter in it.
Ecstasy.
Well, you know what everybody's doing now. No.
No, that has a couple of letters in it, man.
Yeah, a couple of buzzes.
You know, the problem is everybody's Googling it. Anybody who's listening right now is going to Google it, get the answer and go, oh, I'm so clever, I got the answer.
There's a lot of
Keane,
people out
don't
there
use
that love
Google.
torturing themselves, man.
Keane, don't cheat.
That's why I love Sudoku. You can't Google Sudoku. You're like, fuck, I actually have to figure this out.
Yeah, I don't
No
play it.
idea
I don't.
how that works. I have no idea.
Thank
how
you.
Sudoku
Somebody's
works.
on... I have...
I've tried to do it.
It's just put the numbers
What?
in the boxes.
I know, but what numbers? What numbers? Where do you start with it?
1 to 9. That's
Yeah.
all you got.
I have
No.
no clue.
Sudoku is...
Crossword now.
I
That'll
have-
do me nicely.
I don't even know what the formula is.
I have no idea how Sudoku works.
You just have to get every number, but not the same two numbers in the one line.
Exactly. What the
In,
fuck? Like?
yeah, in the one line or the one box, because it's always divided into
Yeah.
boxes of 9.
Boring.
But the best way to play
Yeah,
Sudoku
that's so-
and feel smart is play kid Sudoku.
Yeah.
Ah, that's cheating, though.
No, it's not.
What?
They'll fight you.
Not if you got the mental age of
During
a
the ad
5-year-old.
break. Well, before we do take another ad, I do believe that we have our Asian correspondent back on the phone with another update.
Again.
For COVID update, yeah. So we're going to go over to, what's his name? Fukum Young in the field. Fukum Young, are you there? What news have you got for us? Come on.
Oh, we still got the COVID. All right.
Okay, so they're riveting stuff again there.
They're still eating dogs
Pure
over there.
ragging on the Asians, man.
Apparently, they're still eating the dogs over in the
They
Asian
do, though.
countries.
They do still eat dogs there. There's
I've
something
seen
to do.
it.
There's like something, though, they're going to cancel a festival. It's like, bullshit. That's those people's culture, and they don't give no flutes.
Yeah, well, don't worry. We will every week we will be bringing you COVID. What was it? Ion COVID. I forgot the name of the
We
segment.
also lost a couple of listeners to that. It was a comment here from Darren, and he says, right, I'm out because of the COVID. He said as soon as you brought up COVID, he was out.
Yeah, Darren.
But
don't-
now he's missed out on the COVID joke.
Yeah. Haha, Darren. That's
You lost out here.
You're off your rouge.
yeah. Guess who did the voiceover
Always
For?
me.
for the Asian correspondent Fukum Young?
Me.
Yeah, there you go.
Sorry, Asian people.
Well, there was no voiceover. That is our correspondent.
Oh yeah, sorry, it is a correspondent.
Yeah.
It's an actual correspondent. in the
Fukum
field.
Young.
Yeah.
You don't have that kind of money.
Yeah, as far as we know, he's in Wuhan.
Wuhan.
Yeah.
Where the market is open again.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it actually open?
That market was open very soon after.
That has to feed people, that market, man.
Okay, and it looks like we're going to go to an ad break now because I really need to pee.
And then when we come back, we're going to our actual topic.
Are we? Oh crap! I forgot we even had a topic.
Oh, the next topic is very controversial.
It is controversial.
We might.
No. We'll actually go with it. So yeah, we will see you after the ad break. Thank you very much.
Every day, Richie has to drive 2 miles to bum tobacco from his friends. With your generous donation of only $19.20 a week, Richie won't have to sponge from his friends. Text Richie to 521034 2759126089 so we can finally tell Richie to piss off.
From its rich traditions beginning when the first AM radio transmission was broadcast in the year 1900 to present day, where radio is still the most listened to form of media and the #1 source for people of all ages to enjoy their favorite music and discover new artists. Sure, the technology has changed, but the concept has stood the test of time throughout history. From the end of World War II,
General Eisenhower informs me that the forces of Germany have surrendered to the United Nations. The flags of freedom fly all over Europe.
to the falling of the Berlin Wall.
Our top story. The Iron Curtain between East Germany and West Berlin has come tumbling down.
To the U.S. entering the War on Terror.
None of us will ever forget this day, yet we go forward to defend freedom and all that is good and just in our world. Thank you. good night, and God bless America.
Generations across the world are united by music as it transcends all language barriers. It brings everyone on planet Earth closer together. We at iStreamRadio.ie understand what radio has done for the world and would like to thank radio for its 100 plus years of service. Radio has been here through thick and thin. Thank you, radio.
Imagination is the beginning of creation. You imagine what you desire. You will what you imagine. And at last, we create what you will. Don't wait for the right opportunity. Let us create it. When the virtual world of the internet, ideas, dreams, and concepts have become a reality, now is the time to bring your idea to the digital world. MilestoneMedia.ie offer a full range of digital services such as web development, hosting, audio, and visual services. Inspiration has a new platform. MilestoneMedia.ie. Experience the difference.
We are back.
Oh, yeah.
Seriously, these ad breaks need to be longer.
Welcome your faces.
I think it's sweet.
We need more sponsors.
We do need more
So
sponsors.
if you've got a business you'd like us to advertise,
Or if you can
simply
make
get
a
in touch.
make a really ridiculous ad.
Oh, we
yeah,
have
if you
some
have-
of them coming.
Actually, if you have anything funny you want to send into the show, you can send it into info@supernaturaldogshit.com. And we will get all of your requests there. If you have any photoshops that you want to send in, or any images, anything you want, just send it all to us.
Everything.
Plus, I have to give a shout out to JJ, who is a friend of ours.
Hey,
and
JJ.
if you've noticed this music, hold on, I need to stop this music first of all. That music needs to shut up, and this music needs to play. The music that we play during the ad break. That was JJ's very first attempt at, what was it, dubstep? Did he call this
Like
dubstep?
synthwave.
80s.
Yeah, I call this 80s. This is like The Weekend.
Yeah, so this is a local artist, JJ, but we don't have. I can never pronounce his full name.
Shonkin.
Johandre.
Johandre Shonkin.
Yeah.
So
African.
before the break,
What did
Aidan said a riddle.
I did. So before the break, what I thank you very much, Mr. Lynham.
We leave on Johandre's music.
Very professional tonight. So I did put out a riddle before the break, which was what begins with an E, ends with an E, and has only one letter in it. Now, I did tell the answer to everybody in the studio
Yeah.
here. Did anybody online get the answer?
No, Keane says here that he did not Google the riddle and he is clueless.
Clueless. Good stuff.
He doesn't have a clue.
So I should give out the answer at the end of the show.
Oh.
And leave,
Stay tuned.
leave a bit of
And
anticipation.
before we start the topic, we just one more. So there is a riddle. Well, it's not a riddle. It's a thing here from a listener, and it is from Gary. And he says, "How does a gay shark go?"
I've no idea what that even means.
Yeah. Do you know the answer? Rich?
How does a gay shark
Go.
That's it.
gay shark go?
How does a gay shark go?
How does a
And
Gary
we're not
explain
gonna
himself?
we're not gonna Google this either. So Gary, if you want to give us the answer whenever you're ready.
And now, in fairness, Gary, what I will say is our minds do be really preoccupied during this. You know, what do we say next and
Yeah.
who's doing what. So none of us, there's not one of us here thinking about the answer to that. We're all just going to move on to something. So could you put us
Gary.
out of our,
He will give us the answer.
put us out of our misery, Gary, and tell us exactly what the answer is, and then we will share it with everybody else.
Be a bro, Gary.
But the question is, how does a gay shark go? Yeah. So I have no idea. Can I just
We'll find out.
let's stick with the gay thing for 2 seconds. Myself and Richie earlier today, pre-production meeting,
I have no. What are we talking about?
we were watching a YouTube video.
Oh, Stephen Crowder.
Stephen Crowder. Shout out to Stephen
Yes.
Crowder, by the way.
You wish.
He's hilarious.
He is brilliant.
He's very funny. No, no. Pull that mic in front of you there, Ed.
What?
For 2 seconds. You and I sat here last night and you watched parody after parody that he done.
No,
and you
no,
were
they
in
were good.
stitches.
Yeah, no, he's all right.
You were in stitches.
I was fairly bemused with some of it, but
he
as
did.
you say, he has his downfalls.
He does, absolutely. But he done a video, and it was basically a comparison to see. He had a producer, and his name is Jared, and there was a joke going on that he was gay, but he's not, so that's why they called him Not Gay Jared. So Not Gay Jared went into a shopping mall with Stephen Crowder, and they both had to say the same things to women, but one was said as a gay man, and the other is being said as a straight man. So, like, one of the things that they had to say to a woman was, "Them tits, those tits, that ass, you're really
No,
working
them
it."
shorts, those legs, those tits. You're
You're really working it.
Yeah.
When the gay guy said it to the girls were like, "Ah, this is, I feel flattered now, and it's all awesome and stuff." But when the straight man said it, he was looked at as if he was a psychopath.
Yeah, but there's the approach. Like it's just something you know.
What was the one that he said to the two black ladies?
Oh, he was supposed to go up to a lesbian and say, "You're really cute for a lesbian."
Oh yes.
Or if I was into that, that's what I do. He said it to
Yes.
the black chick. She says, "Oh, because I'm black," and he says, "No, the shoes."
Yeah, so yeah, he changed. He was.
Super awkward, but there's the same thing, and they both got treated differently, but rightly so because
You should definitely YouTube the video. It's Stephen Crowder, Not Gay Jared's gay experiment, I think.
yeah,
it's
it is a
called.
gay experiment. But what I'm saying is, women and gay men would
Yeah, it's because women feel more comfortable around gay men, though.
if they have a line of approach.
Yeah, but because they're not looking for something often. Like,
But why is it a case that gay men, do you know what
They
the
pose
easiest-
less of a threat to them.
The easiest way to say this is minorities, all minorities, get away with murder, but a man can't.
Because they're a minority, there's a preposition that they're.
well, what are we talking
But
about?
women
here,
aren't
though?
even a minority. They could make up half the population of the planet.
Yeah, but they're a minority when it's a man being a woman.
What?
Trans people are a minority.
Funny that you should say the word trans.
Ah.
It really is funny.
Yeah, because you were
should-
talking about your next topic.
It is, yes. That was
Yeah.
actually we were going to go for the last hour. Well, we're not going to go an hour on this. There's not a hope. We'll finish up with some funny stuff.
But it's not gay bashing either. It's just
No, absolutely
highlighting
not.
societal things. I talked about the Crowder video again. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's not
So-
gay bashing. It's just highlighting the differences in treatment. But at the same time, he's not wrong. Like, I would perceive a gay man giving a woman a fashion compliment as a normal thing. My Mrs. Hairdresser to be gay men, they'd be all women together.
So-
you know what I mean? There's
But like,
like
if a gay man says something as a compliment, he means it as a compliment. Whereas a straight man saying something, they kind of mean it because they want to.
yeah, and it's not part of normal
Not
culture.
necessarily.
Yeah, no, but
Well,
hold-
you know, but not necessarily. I know, but in that situation, I probably like, you know what I
Yeah,
mean.
Why would
Yeah.
a man approach? Why would a straight man approach a straight woman, not for the purposes of courtship, either to warn her she's in danger, or to hit on her?
Well,
Or working with her?
yeah.
No, but
Or
like
being your friend.
Yeah, but how many
Yeah,
people
some-
fuck work people?
Some
man?
men genuinely do want to be friends
So
with them.
Yeah, there's dudes that are genuinely friends with chicks. But I'm just saying.
women are more at ease around gay men. Okay, and gay men are given very special privileges in society that straight white men don't have. And I think I covered one of them. I don't know whether it was on an episode of this or not. And I think, Hazel, you laughed your ass off at it
All right.
when I said this. So I'm a member of a gym. And I went into the locker room. I was butt ass naked, drying myself off as men do in a locker room.
Yeah.
And there was a guy there, an overweight guy, and he was staring at me. And I didn't know what was happening, so I started talking to
Take
this
the
guy.
compliment.
So I was talking to this guy, and it transpired that he was gay. How did I know he was gay? Because he had the gay voice, And then I asked him, "Have you got kids?" Because I wanted to be 100% sure that he was gay, and he said, "No, I don't have kids because I'm gay." But it was at that point in time I became a piece of meat to him in my brain, and I went, "Oh shit! Is this how women feel when nasty ass ugly men hit on them?"
Yeah.
No, it's 100 times worse because the physical difference between a man and a woman.
No, but look, of course, the physical difference, but that feeling of
Being the prey.
do you?
That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I am the prey here.
Yeah.
And I felt so damn uncomfortable by the whole situation. I actually think I rang into a radio station.
Did you call him out? Did you call him out on it?
Hello,
No, I
Joe.
didn't call him out on it because he has those special gay privileges that I can't. Because if I was to call him out on that, which I actually did that night on radio,
You'd be gay bashing.
Apparently I was gay bashing.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. It was me. It would be like me walking into your locker room, Hazel, you butt naked, and you sitting there, me sitting there, eyeballing you, and literally staring at your genitals, because this is what this guy was doing, staring at my genitals, and it made me super uncomfortable. If I was to do that, you'd go, "You creep and you pervert."
Question for
But
Hazel.
He was being creepy though. It's like
Oh, yeah.
everyone can be
Yeah,
creepy
but you're
in their
just-
own way. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he was being creepy.
He
you know?
was.
And you know how it feels for a moment then to be a woman.
So let's switch the
Not saying
roles.
that all men are creepy, but like some men can be creepy.
Vast majority of men are creepy, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
Some men.
Without even realising it.
Without even realising it. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
What if a lesbian was doing the roles reversed? A lesbian is doing the exact same thing that was done to Aidan to you in the changing room.
Haha, bitch.
Well, there you go. Yeah,
Do you know what I'm trying to say? Yeah.
I know, but like, yeah, I suppose I'd probably feel uncomfortable as well.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I'm a bit of an exhibitionist anyway. so
It's weird. I
can't-
just feel like there's one rule for one and one rule for another. You know?
Yeah, and that's the bit that bugs me. It's a case of do as I say, not as I do, in every walk of life for a single white man. I do think, genuinely, that the most oppressed minority right now, and we're not a minority, but single white men.
You're just demonised by the media, though.
Oh, yous poor
Oh, we
things.
are,
Yous
absolutely.
poor things. It's so tough.
No, but here's the thing. When let's talk sexism for 2 seconds, right?
Right.
Years ago, I believe that the first wave of feminists done an amazing job, but then it was time for them to shut the hell up because they got exactly what they wanted.
Typical man answer, though.
No, but they got.
Well, you have to
Shut
look
the hell
back
up
even
there,
at women's
woman.
suffrage pre-first wave feminism.
Let's say I said to you, Hazel, pass me over a cigarette there, and you pass me the cigarette, and then I start banging on about you passing me another cigarette and just giving out and wanting more and wanting more and wanting more. The point that I'm trying to make is women got equal rights, and there's nowhere in our system, there's no systemic abuse towards women in this country. In actual fact, there's only one law in this entire country that is sexist. One.
What is it?
The incest law.
Okay.
So the incest law, basically, me and Hazel, we're brother and sister, and we decide to bang uglies together. And
Space Doc.
we can go to, believe it or not, there's a prison sentence involved for incest. There's like legislation there that can put you to prison.
Okay.
But the woman can go to prison for up to 3 years, where the man goes to prison for 7 years.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Probably because it was the man's idea.
But what if it was the woman's idea? Who's beeping there?
It's me
It's
again.
Nathan.
And you know what?
That
happened
And you know
last
what? My
week.
phone's on silent. I apologise.
Oh,
it's
an
on
alarm
silent.
going
now.
Just say that last thing you said again.
What did I say? Somebody remind me. Hazel was listening.
You said that the woman goes to prison for up to 3 years and the man goes
Goes
to
to
prison
prison
for
for
7
7
years.
years.
Right, so just say you have a brother and a sister. One's a fucking piece of shit brother, and he keeps going in and raping his sister.
Anecdotal, man. Anecdotal.
No.
No, the law is blind.
Well,
Justice is blind.
what's more than likely to happen? The brother raping the sister, or the sister raping the brother?
These days, it's equal.
How do you know?
No, man.
Well, you can't just
No.
go off what
Statistics.
you're looking on.
Statistics.
No.
I can go on equality and I can go on statistics. There was statistics released over in the States that pedophilia amongst women is
An all-time high because it's
super high.
But school teacher children age.
Yeah, but no, even worse, man. Like this is down like proper prepubescent kids.
Right. Well, that's into paedophilia.
But my point is, women seem to be into that kind of stuff a hell of a lot more these days, and it's nearly 50-50. This is what the news report that I had read had said it was almost 50-50.
Yeah,
which
but the problem is
huge
men
shift.
are really good at hiding things.
Okay, so let's get back to the brother and sister. Let's say it was a case, because there's always
It
always a
happens
battle.
so much.
Yeah, but it's always a battle of let's say, but what if? No,
They all come from stories
the
I heard.
law is the law.
First-hand accounts.
If you fuck your brother, if you fuck your sister, if you do any of these things, it should be equal punishment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Equal punishment. But no, the man gets a heavier punishment.
They
And
have to have
question-
the heavier punishment
It is-
available for the man in case it was an aggravated rape on a family member, resulting in technical incest.
Which,
That's fair.
again,
I agree.
you could have older sisters who take advantage of younger boys.
Right, but the
You could have
likelihood
that.
of that being reported is very slim. Those
Yes.
people take that shit to the
Yes,
grave.
yes,
Usually
they
when
do.
something happens to a man, he doesn't tell anybody. That's just why the statistics are skewed. Because
Absolutely.
men don't tell.
Yes, and this is why priests apparently raped young boys years ago, because
They would
young
tell.
boys
Boys don't tell.
whereas girls apparently do tell more than boys do. But either way, the law. If you look at the what's it called? Not the Liberty statue, the one outside the courts with the chick, and she's blindfolded and she has
Lady
the scales.
Justice.
Yes.
Lady of Justice. So she has a blindfold on, and the reason for that is because justice should be blind and it should be equal. So at the end of the
Yeah,
day,
but I'm just saying they had to have. Right, you can't give a chick 4 years for having sex. Right, you can't give her 7 years for having sex. But you could use that to pin a bastard that raped his sister for 7 years, which is actually.
what about the bastard who raped her brother?
What?
What about
Yeah,
the
why can't-
bastard who raped her brother?
He didn't report it. He didn't get his fair
Okay,
deal.
let's say he did
Hang on, you're
report it.
talking about dismissing anecdotal evidence. Is this not anecdotal evidence you're talking about?
And so is his.
Yeah,
That's the point. That's what I'm saying.
It's
That's
three
why
negatives. It's
this-
three
yeah,
negatives.
but there's no black and white to this sort of an
But
There
I'm
is,
just
yes,
saying-
there is. There is a black and white to this. Equal justice. If therefore you're covering both scenarios. If you're a brother and a sister who are having sex, I don't think it should be a crime. I know it's nasty. It's a risk,
But you have to look at
But it
what-
shouldn't be a crime.
Yeah, but we have to look at what the standards laws are based on. Standards of good living, standards of the way things were. Because we've gone through such a radical change since the 60s. Ireland was Stone Age country till the fucking 60s. man.
No, I get that. Yeah.
Yeah, we had nothing. Third world country till the 60s, and then boom.
But all of our laws have been adjusted since.
Right.
Except for this law, which stands alone, and it is the only one in Irish legislation that is sexist towards men. There is
incest
not,
is a mortal
but
sin.
there's not one more law out there that would.
I understand it though. I understand this law. I understand the people who made it.
Well,
but
mainly, I'd say in that situation, it is like more so the brother's suggestion, though.
Yeah.
Do you know? That's what
Yeah,
I
but
would. I would guess
bullshit.
that.
You're
I
not
would-
looking at incest
Sorry,
between
I'm
fucking
sorry,
parents and
that's
children.
that's we're looking
Yeah,
at brother and sister
yeah.
just for the
Yeah,
moment.
but,
Yeah, but like
I see
it's-
what Aidan's trying to say. The punishment should be the same, but you don't have to use that punishment up to the whole 7 years. You know what I'm trying to say?
I don't think it should
Yeah,
be. a
but you can be
punishment at all.
excused charges as
No,
well.
but the point I'm saying this, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because it is the only law that is sexist.
It's
in this country.
misandristic.
So in other words, there is nothing. There's no systemic laws out there that make women second-class citizens in this country. But there is
Abortion
one
laws did.
specific law. It did, not anymore. As I said, we are updating our laws. Now there is this one law that hangs over men, and it doesn't as women, as much for women. So if we're all about equality, Why is that still there?
Because it's probably a tool
It's a
for
difference
harsh
of-
punishment.
It's a difference of 4 years, and it's a difference of, at the end of the day, like,
Not everybody's getting the 7 years.
yeah, exactly. And at the end of the day, like,
Well, I see. Now, my thing is, I don't think anybody should get the 7 years. I don't think there should be charged at all with that crime.
I do.
But the fact that it is legislation
Yeah, I agree with that.
makes it
law, though.
sexist.
I agree with it though.
What, incest laws?
Yeah.
Why?
Why? Because
Why?
people shouldn't be fucking their families and creating poor genetics.
Okay, well, right. Why? Who are you?
Why? Because they'd be creating
who are
further
you-
burdens upon the state.
And again, earlier on, if there's, you were talking about homeless people, they're a burden, and you want to help them.
We're
but
going
why
to have
not
to.
help?
We always have a burden.
Why not help
Your
the
people will always be a burden on you.
Why not help the 5-armed child, that was given birth to by brother and sister?
What?
Why not help these?
You're going to have to help those people. Yeah.
Okay, so right, it's an extra burden on society.
Yes.
But why the hell should they go to prison for?
No, they shouldn't be
Bumping
going.
uglies.
I don't think they should. I think it should be used for prison sentences in aggravated cases.
Yes.
I can understand its existence for that purpose.
No, it's not. But it's not there for that purpose.
But it can be used for that purpose.
It can be used for that purpose. But aggravation can come from either side, whether you're male or female.
Yes.
Yeah. Of course
it
it
can. But
especially if you have
men
an older
have
sister.
a physical advantage over women.
Not if.
Yes, they do.
Not
Yes,
over.
they-
Not over the child.
Well,
We're
if they're of
talking-
equal age.
We're talking about brother and sister.
Yeah, that's the
here.
same. Brother and sister. We
Okay.
twin brothers and sisters.
Again, the whatabouteries. What I'm saying is, my law, not a law, but what I'm saying is, we should, if it's going to be 7 years, it should be 7 years for the brother and the sister. That's what I'm saying. That's equality.
No, it's an expansion pack really for how bad you can punish a dude if it was aggravated.
And there should be an expansion pack for if a woman.
No, because
aggravatedly
it's not
sexually
expected
assaulted her
legally
brother.
of a woman to be able to take power over. a man.
But it has happened.
No, but can I also point out that you're totally missing the point here, because incest laws have nothing to do with sexual assault. It's where the both of them consent. They could be brother and sister, 20 years of age, and consent to having sex with each other. The man goes to prison for 7 years, she goes to prison for 3 years. That's
Yeah, well, I
again,
don't care. Fuck them. They're fucking weird for fucking each other in the first place.
And 3 Fs all into one
It
go.
it's
Hold
happening
on.
all over Mullingar.
Hazel looked like she had something to say earlier.
I actually don't know.
It's such a weird topic, like.
It
Yeah,
is,
it's very-
yeah.
It is, but the reason why I was bringing it up was
Yeah.
because there is a sexist law in this country.
Oh, yeah.
There's only one. No, this is my point. There's only one.
That's the only
and
one.
it favours women.
Right. Okay.
Simple as that.
Right, but when you look at car insurance, that favours women.
Oh yeah, that's deadly.
They're not allowed to. Yeah, but they're not allowed to do that anymore.
But they
I know.
still do
My
it.
I know they
insurance
do.
went
Yeah,
up
they
though.
still do it.
My insurance.
Yeah, that's
went
all that
up.
happened. It's just women
Yeah.
paid more. That
Yeah,
was it.
exactly. They didn't bring men's down. They just brought women's up.
Yeah.
That's all they did, just to make more money.
That's
all.
equal rights.
Hang on, they brought mine up. I'm going on, 13, 14 years, no claims bonus. I'm only allowed, 5?
Okay.
So, my insurance has only gone up in the last 3 years.
Yeah, same.
Right.
Yeah, mine's gone up as well. So
Wait.
that was a load of crap, though.
It should be
Yeah, of
coming
course
down.
it is. Yeah,
And
no, I agree
was-
with you.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, yeah. They should have brought the men's down. Like,
But, like, it's still.
women have fewer accidents, though.
Well, can I just point out that
No, you
Not in
don't.
car parks.
Well, no.
Not in some. If you add up all the insurance claims for driving, the majority of them is women.
Really?
Yeah, owl once was reversing into you.
Yeah.
All day, every day.
It's true.
The thing is, men
Well, from
reverse
what
into
I've
something,
witnessed.
pretend they didn't hear it, and peel the fuck
they
off.
get the hell out of
Yeah.
there. Have you ever done it? Has anybody here ever accidentally, hit into a car, reversed into something, and went, oh no, I'm out of here?
No, I give out.
Yeah,
It
but
only
then-
happened to me once.
Okay.
No, I haven't either.
No,
Someone
hey.
actually left a note on my window before saying I saw someone reverse into your car at the specific time, and
That
they
was the
drove
person
off.
who did it, looking like they were writing down their insurance
Could've-
details
yeah,
and putting it on
yeah.
your window.
That's a good. That's exactly what happened.
Hazel has the story.
I know. I just had a slight bump off the neighbour's car, and I checked it, and it was fine. And I was like, okay, I'm not going to say that.
Fuck it, they never
Just a
noticed.
slight bump. I just didn't see him when I was reversing out. But that was only one time as well. I'm normally very
But
careful.
the problem with modern cars is you bring that to an insurance guy, and he's going to
Oh,
go,
it's like
oh, that's
10 grand.
€1,600
Yeah,
for
exactly.
the
That's
damage.
what I was like. No one was
Because
around.
you just
I
slightly
was
bent
checking.
a whole heap of stuff.
No, there was nothing. I checked the car. If I had done damage, I would have said something, but I didn't. So.
Well,
Can I ask you the time frame? What year-ish was this around?
God, it was like last year. Or
Last-
something.
Last week.
Oh.
It actually happened
I know, but
yesterday.
it was only like a little bump. It was just a bumper hit. That's
We
all.
definitely don't need to give you a second aim out. Just
Was
in
it
case
that-
the
No,
neighbour-
no.
Was it that plastic snapping sound?
No, it wasn't even that bad. It wasn't. I would have told him if I had done damage, I would have said something because like that's pretty nasty. Like when if you just drive away, you don't say anything,
Yeah.
So I would have said something, but I didn't. It was fine. It was-
Basically, I worked for this garage.
Yeah.
and It's January, and it was like, I think it was like the third new plate I put in the car. It was a 131 something, but it was brand new. And it was a Hyundai i40, and it was like it just had the new reversing cameras at the time when I was reversing back. And I could just see this Suzuki Vitara, maroon one covered in shite, and back window covered in shite. I just seen the reverse light come on and then it moved suddenly backwards.
Oh no!
Oh, that's nothing. That is
Oh
absolutely.
no! Listen. So I just slap it into first, and as soon as I put it into first, I put my foot down. I get that bang, and I go out, and she's put her tow bar through the back bumper, and it's hit the metal bar and pushed the metal bar in, but it didn't bend anything else. Like it just bent that, and I just went. And she's like, "Oh, I didn't see you there," and I was like, "No, you're after really damaging that car." There's like, I have to go and tell my boss.
Brand spanking new.
It's brand spanking new, and like nobody owns it yet. Like you're after wrecking it. And she said, no, that's in the make. I'm getting out of here now. And she went over into her car.
Just drove off?
No, just tried to drive off, but then drove forward and like banged into the like little bollard, and then gave up on driving for a second.
Nice.
So I just went and told my boss, reversed the car up, and he was like, just bring it around the back so nobody could see it.
Well, if you actually go out to the Saab, you know I kind of scratched it up last week on the front.
Yeah.
Well, the last day I was in work, I was parked outside a house. And what I didn't realise was I had drove up to the wrong house. So I had to reverse back a few. What I didn't realise was that I was a little too far on the path and there was another utility pole. And all I heard, because there's reversing sensors on it and I was travelling too fast, was bang!
Bang.
And I ploughed into the back of it and there's now a big brown line going up the back of the car.
Oh, did you hear that plastic snapping sound?
Yeah.
I did,
thud, and you kind of fly your head back.
See, that's the problem with driving for a living. You become too complacent.
And isn't it?
No, but then when you hit something, you're like, oh, broke it.
Isn't it amazing how low impact accidents? There's some force involved in them.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as a low force impact.
But like
in a car.
even when I reversed into that, I was
Well, there is
technically
only
going
5
like
miles an hour.
5 miles an hour. That's where I was probably going. But still, at that, it was a pretty big
Yeah,
wall.
but it's the torque of the engine just
working against
shoving
the
it
weight of the
against
car.
something.
The inertia of the weight of the whole car.
Like imagine you had a chain motor and you had a platform and there was a hole that the chain dropped through and you had it wrapped around something. You use that chain motor to go up. It's going to go up slowly, but it's still going to pull whatever you've got it tied to through that hole and mangle it.
Yeah, I love the way when you come up with these things, you explain it in a way that that suits your job very well. Like chain motors and stuff like that. The vast majority of people who are listening are going, "What the hell is a chain motor?
What's that?
Right.
What is a chain motor?"
Chain motor.
If you wanna work out
three-phase motor,
force-
it just pulls up a chain.
For the average person
Up
who wants
to
to
about
work
2
out
ton.
force, right?
Yeah.
Look at a 6-story building.
Yeah.
You pick up your car and you bring it up 1 story and you drop it and you hit the ground at about 15 miles an hour. A technically survivable impact because your body's designed to hit anything at 18 miles an hour. That's your body's tap out speed. For
What is the
survival.
G-force that a human body can survive?
Don't know.
I mean, what?
Like spinning.
We've seen, that's 9 Gs.
No,
we've
no,
seen
no,
The
what's
average human, like anything past 2 Gs, the black out, man.
What's the when the test dummies they have these like brake swatches?
Force meters.
Yeah, and
Yeah, 18 miles an hour is what it
Telemetry
works out at.
sensors.
okay, yeah, but these sensors they measure in
G-force
G,
sensors, yeah.
don't
Yeah.
they? Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not about the G-force. It's about the Newton meters applied to each individual organ as your body comes to that stop. And it's about breaking the initial inertia brake when you first fucking stop. Then your seatbelt pulls you back, or you get braced. But cars aren't safe.
No, cars are just iron boxes that
Full of fuel.
Yeah, we said this in the last.
Yeah, they're just iron dangerous boxes, and people need to slow the hell down.
And they're
Actually,
too
no,
soft. Like, remember bumpers?
Yeah.
So you could hit that pole and go, ha, piece of chrome got bent that I can buy for 40 quid. Like,
Yeah. Now you have to buy a specialised bumper.
you bring
even
it to a body
spurious.
shop and spend 800 quid, man. That's what you have to do.
Spurious parts are even gone
Yeah.
ridiculous. Actually, back over to Nathan there for 2 seconds because I think it's time to read out any comments. That
I
are
do.
on.
So a comment about what we're just talking about right now, but then we'll go back to another one, is F1, this is from Gary, F1 drivers go through 4G in a corner apparently. And
But they're trained to go through
they go
4G.
from 0 to 4G under certain braking.
Yeah, but if
Gary
I
said.
picked a random person off the street and subject them to
Oh,
4G,
yeah, no.
they're fucked.
They're fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You hurt them really bad, like, because those guys have to train their breathing and stuff.
And then we have a question for the group. And it's actually quite good. I really like this one. It is, what is worse in your view, mental or physical abuse?
Oh,
And I asked the person in a relationship, and they said no. In general, relationships, family, bullying, school, in general.
oh, can I be the first? I'll be the first to answer that
Yeah.
Go on.
one.
So shout out Keane for the comment.
Yeah, thanks, Kane. I think it's subjective.
Yes.
Because some people can deal with mental abuse very, very well. I'm one of those people. I can have anything fired at me, and I really don't give a
Same.
shit what people say. Years ago, I was attacked in Dublin. I think I was only like 15, 16 years of age. I was getting off a bus, and a guy jumped on me, smashed out my 2 front teeth.
Oh, shit.
He actually punched me in the back of the head, and as I hit the ground, I turned around and looked at him, and I just saw a foot coming down onto my face until he smashed my 2 front teeth into
wow.
my lip. And I was literally spitting teeth out of my hand. So there was a physical assault. But no, it didn't bother me. It was like, you get over it. So physical, a slap, I think I would prefer a slap than prolonged bitchiness, if you know what I mean.
But
So
you have to remember, there's like not everybody's like you.
yeah, and that's why I said it's subjective.
Yeah.
I think I can get over mental abuse quite easily, and also physical abuse. And so it's a difficult question to answer. It's up to everybody
yeah.
to answer themselves. So what do you think, Richie?
It's exactly the same thing. Just it's so wide range. There's abuse in so many different ways.
So just get over it.
Not just get over it, but just get out of it or get away from it or get.
That's the same thing as getting over it.
Yeah, which is, you know what I mean. Like, it's a crazy world we live in, man. The shit people go through and deal with. Like.
Yeah, but I do think that we're breeding victims.
Oh yeah, we are because there's nothing else to do.
There are so many professional victims out there who are, a guy tapped my ass in the pub or pinched my ass. I'm going to, go off and kill myself for that. They're too bloody sensitive. So just get over it. I've been groped in pubs.
Yeah.
I'm not going to.
Yeah, but I think with those people,
counsellors
it's
or-
not about that just one thing. You never know. People are crazy and they commit suicide all the time.
You never know what triggers somebody either. Like, that's the thing as well. Like, so someone could literally have built themselves up for that night out, and then some fucker comes over and grabs them, and they're like, you don't know what's going on in people's
But
heads.
then that makes that person in your scenario, that makes them a very weak person, because they should be able to, not that it should happen in the real world, but they should be able to put up a slap on the ass and go, he's a moron, or slap him in the face and get over it. But instead of going home and feeling sorry for yourself and feeling like you were violated and all this other stuff that comes with it, it's just negative. And that way,
I know, but
the guy he's winning.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Well,
but
even for a girl, it's not even about that.
Go on, let Hazel.
I was just going to say, like, just the way you're like, oh, get over it, get the sand out of your vagina. I mean, it's not as simple as that for some people.
No.
Like, you don't know what's going on in people's heads. You could have literally sat in the house for 6 months and had that one night out with your friends, and then that asshole came over and grabbed you, and it shattered your confidence. Like, you know what I mean? You don't know what.
But again,
everyone's
that's weak people.
Well, what's wrong with being weak?
Oh no, I'm not saying there's anything
There's nothing
wrong. But no, I am saying there's something wrong with being weak, because that person ends up a victim of their weakness.
Yeah, but there's people out there,
Yeah,
in,
but
like, there's
how
attention
dare he
seekers.
for doing that in the first place? Like, put
Oh
your
no,
hands to
absolutely. But
yourself.
he's been an absolute jerk, and I said this last week.
Yeah.
Nobody has any right in this world to put their hand on another person unless they're being in self-defense.
I know, but you just don't know
Zero
what's
right.
going on in people's heads. Like, and even when you
No, we don't. But
you-
they need to, these people, these weak people,
you can't
exposure,
say- I don't-
exposure therapy.
Brittle spirits.
I don't think that's a fair word, even weak. I don't.
They
think
are
that-
weak people.
I don't agree with that.
Why?
I just don't, because you
So
just,
then what's their problem? If they're not weak, what is the issue?
they didn't have a problem. They're on a night out, and that person came over and intruded their space.
Okay.
That's the person that has the problem. not
Totally
them.
get that. Exactly.
Yeah.
But we've just explained that, and they're the jerk for doing what they done.
Yeah.
But now that person becomes a victim, and that victimhood is subjective. Because you can turn around and you can say, I spoke to a girl on air one night on radio, and we were talking about rape. There was actually an older guy, an older gentleman. He said that he was interfered with when he was a kid, and he couldn't have a stable relationship, he couldn't work, and he was all over the place. I went on air, I was talking to him, I was saying, dude, you need to get over yourself. It happened over 50 years ago. How much more time do you need to heal?
You don't-
You know, he's
Everyone's
allowing
different.
the sexual abuse of him when he was younger to be a part of his life. Another woman then came on air, and she said she was a rape victim. She said, I'm not now. She was a strong person, and she said, I will not allow anybody tell me that I am a victim. I am not a victim. I was, but I'm not now. And she said to that guy, you are not a victim now.
Everybody
you were.
deals with stuff differently, though.
yeah.
They do, and this is why I said it's subjective. It's a very touchy
yeah,
thing.
it is. Yeah, everybody, it really does. Certain people can take a lifetime to get over things.
But do you not at the very least agree that if people were to take my approach to things, which was to get over it and not allow themselves to be victims and ruin relationships and families and their job and their careers, do you not believe that if people were to take my approach, it would be more productive? than feeling sorry
But
for
not
yourself.
everybody's built the same way, though.
But is it not a case of feeling sorry for yourself?
It's not, though. No, it's nothing got to do with that, because I think when something really bad happens like that, they turn it in on themselves. It's not even about the other person, like, you know what I mean? It's like something, it's hard to explain, but everybody is so different. You can't just have like, oh, get over it, a mentality. You can't have that, like, you know what I mean?
What advice should we give them? Like that, let's take this 50-year-old.
Not your advice, anyway.
No, let's take this 60-odd-year-old man who happened to him 50 years ago.
Yeah.
Should we say, take your time, ruin the rest of your life,
No,
keep
but-
on drinking, keep on ruining
But
your
maybe it
relationship?
ruined his whole life the whole time and he said nothing about it. Out of pride.
Oh, no, he did. This man has wrote a book and everything, and he's whinged on about how much of a victim he was for 50 years. I'm sorry, but if you're a victim of any crime, you are a victim at that time, not afterwards. And if you continue on your victimhood, that is a choice you can make.
I don't agree. I just don't. I don't think it's as black and white.
So
as
what
that.
advice would you give to that man?
There's nothing.
Well, like, just let him live his own life. If that's the way he gets, like,
He's miserable.
he's miserable. I know, but
He's depressed. He's drinking. His family's ruined. So what advice can you give this man to take him out of that?
well, I don't know. I'm not a professional. Like, I'm not at the end of the day. But if at the end, each person deals with everything in their own way. Like,
Exactly. But do you not at least, as I said earlier, agree that my advice is not...
but it's not as
it's-
simple.
no,
You can give advice. But
My
it's
advice isn't one of negative connotations. It's just, get over it. I'm sorry, but if it happened to you, it
How
happened
do you
to
get over something? How does one get over something?
Hit the
though?
delete button.
What does that mean?
Hit the delete button. It's. I've been accused of having what's called selective sociopathy. It's not really. I genuinely have been accused of having this.
Yeah.
So something negative
No
happens
fucking surprise.
something negative happens in my life. What I do is I immediately think about something else. If somebody rings me up with bad news, I got news a couple of months ago about a family member who had cancer blood cells or something. I can't remember exactly what it was. And for that first moment, yeah, I was in shock. Absolutely, I was in shock. I was like, oh shit. As soon as I hung up the phone, I went back to my daily life. I went back to my business and didn't think about it again until it was raised by somebody else to me. So the point is, you can train your brain to get out of these things and not let it affect you, because I'm a strong believer in everybody has their own shit in their life. Everybody has it.
Every single person.
We all have our own depression.
Yes.
You know, and when I hear about somebody who, you know, last week I heard about somebody that I work with who had died, a family member had died, and I went, oh, isn't that awful? You know, I didn't really mean that. I genuinely didn't. And I didn't feel sorry for this person that died whatsoever, because A, I didn't know this person, and B, I don't own that grief. I will have enough of my own grief to deal with when family members die. So I will own that grief. I can't go around owning everybody else's.
That's fair enough. Yeah, I get what you're saying there. I do get what you're saying there, but I just think like each person is on their own journey, and it takes their own time to deal with stuff and to get on their own path. So you can't actually be like, you just can't be like, get over it. It's not that simple, because everyone's so different, like, you know.
But have we tried the approach to get over it?
I think people do. No one wants to hang on to that and bad.
It happens so much. How
They
do you have
don't.
Some
a
people do.
solution for it? Like it's,
Some people want to feel sorry for themselves, man. They
it's
do.
like we said earlier, there's like a spectrum of abuse. So
Misery
you have to have
loves
a
company.
spectrum of aftercare for it. Like it just doesn't happen.
Exactly.
I
You
mean,
can't just turn around to somebody when they're at a loose end. Like if I cut off your forearm, you're all your limbs. You're like, what do I do? I'm like, fuck off, just get over it.
No, that's
No, but it's
that's
like the-
over exaggerated.
Yeah, but their life is just as over.
No, the point is, if a man loses his arm and right in front of me, I'm not going to turn around and say, get over it, dude. You know, everybody's allowed some healing time. But for example, this guy who had 50 years, can we not at least agree he should have got over it by
So
now?
you want him to go climb into that suicide machine?
No, I don't. What I want him to do is to literally put it behind them. And see, what I say sounds like it's negative, but if this person took my advice that they went, to hell with it, I'm no longer a victim, the scumbag who raped me, I'm not going to allow them to hold this over me forever, so I'm going to move on with my life, I'm not going to think about it again, I'm going to get married, have kids, have a decent job, and enjoy my life.
A lot of
That's
people
where
do
my
that
advice
without
brings
telling
people.
anybody.
Yeah, but you've
But they're
obviously-
miserable.
You've obviously never had like intrusive thoughts and stuff that you just can't get shit out of your head either.
Oh no, I have, yeah, but I learned not to.
I know people who've been raped and are living quite happy, normal lives, and nobody knows they were raped.
Okay, and is it but is it a case that's because they got over it?
Yeah,
There you go.
Because they fucking had to.
Yeah.
But not everybody's built the same for the
Well,
same
see,
thing.
Yeah,
and see,
Like I was
exactly.
going to say earlier about genetic advantage. People could refuse to believe in anything positive towards genetic advantage because the Nazis loved it.
Yeah, but see, unfortunately, we live in a society now, and like we were talking about earlier, where everybody's wrapped up in cotton wool, and we're making people more and more sensitive. And the more sensitive that we make people, the bigger victims we get out of it.
Yeah.
So this is
So
why
woke,
I talk about...
Yeah, but I'm talking more of an woke people attack. I'm sick of panderers. I know you're going after, you just don't like sponges or some shit, but I go after panderers more than I go after anybody, man.
Okay, give us a panderer. Give us an example of what you're talking about. Anything at all?
You're on the spot now.
Yeah,
you
you
put
really
me on the
is.
spot. Panderer.
Yeah.
Oh,
Single
fuck you.
Dead air.
solitary bead.
Can I say something while you're
Yeah,
thinking?
just-
Go
you
on,
just
go
cut
on.
me. You go, Nathan.
Look, I was going to say, in this day and age with social media and everything, you do really have to have thick skin. 100%. You do.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
You do.
Not
why
everybody's
are
even
we-
able for
Because
that.
there's keyboard warriors everywhere.
Why the hell are we not teaching people, I'm especially talking about children here, you know, why are we not teaching children to have a thicker skin? Because what's going to happen is they're going to grow up professional victims because everything hurts them. Let's shelter them, save spaces
man.
and all that bollocksology.
My daughter's 14, she's super woke, and she's really delicate personality, like.
And is it a case,
But
though,
like,
that
she's the best one ever, but the
does
thing
she have
about-
a safe space?
Yes.
So, like, is there designated areas in her school where nobody can do or say anything?
Whatever's provided by the school, I don't know, I don't read into the school too much, man.
Because you do realise in colleges across this country, they have designated safe spaces where nobody can say anything that may insult you or offend you.
I didn't know that was a
I
thing.
would have loved that.
But but see, why? Why? Because if you're not being offended by somebody or if you're not being challenged, every single argument that is worth having, every one of them runs the risk of offending somebody. I'm sure there's stuff that you have said tonight that offended people.
Yeah.
And every one of us in this room. And you may think you're being PC and woke, but there are other people who get offended by that. And if it's a conversation worth having, screw their sensibilities.
The problem I have with PC and wokeness, man, it invaded
Yes,
decency. It's
it
all
did,
on the premise
yeah.
of decency, and usually the people that blag on about this are the least decent people you'll ever meet. Like these people that grab onto ideals and using it's across whatever you do. If you're a religious, I look at them like religious fundamentalists, man. They're just political fundamentalists for no reason. It's not helpful. It doesn't do any good for anybody. Just makes you all look like a bunch of assholes.
It does. Unfortunately, that's exactly what happens.
But I think there has to be better mechanisms to help everybody, and we're putting the money into it, but we're not getting the money's worth out of it. The juice ain't worth the squeeze when the Irish politicians have their fucking hand in it. You know what I mean?
But you look at the amount of people in this country who are now, you know, going to psychiatrists and getting help for mental health issues, which I totally
There
agree
isn't
with.
people
Well,
going.
hang on now,
There
that-
isn't
that-
people going and getting help.
There's no.
That
But I said look at
system is somewhat flawed.
no. But what I said was, and you need to listen carefully, was there are many more people. You know, in comparison to years ago, there are a lot more people now getting psychiatric help or going to see a psychiatrist, mental help, and they're getting help with these issues. I genuinely don't think these psychiatrists are helping. I don't.
I just got a great comment here on the
Please.
podcast. Whatever happened to sticks and stones?
Exactly.
Sticks and stones, like
Yeah.
other people's opinions don't matter. They
Phones.
shouldn't really matter.
Phones happen.
yeah, I know. That's,
But
Your kid is
Yeah.
never alone with a phone.
That is the thing. We're living in a different world now. Like, we used to go into school and people would slag you off and you could go home and you'd have your time at home. You don't have that anymore now.
Making
You go
TikTok
home-
videos, bullying other girls, man.
exactly. It's
turn
horrible.
the phone off.
Yeah, but like,
Say that to
even
somebody who's
still,
addicted to a
They
phone.
wake up the
But
next
then that's their
morning
problem.
and it's still there,
Yeah,
though.
but what if it's the girl, right?
Comments.
She has two apps on her phone. One is a video game, one is TikTok. And she's sitting away playing, and these notifications keep popping up, and she's trying to distract herself
Okay.
from the other thing, and she's getting really
Yeah.
sad, and she's at home, she's not telling you.
Right, so let me give you an example of something.
You know, you have to look out for the
We
weakest of
didn't
us, man.
have the internet. It's a different generation now.
So
like.
yeah, but let's say we have the dangerous dog scenario. So there is a child living in your house, and there's a dog out the back garden. The child goes out the back garden, the dog goes nuts and goes to attack the child. The child comes in. Then the child goes back out and does it again, and then does it again, and does it again. There's a certain point where the child should just not go out near that dog.
No.
Equally the same can be said with mobile phones
no,
and
no,
devices.
no, I'm sorry.
Absolutely
No,
it
no,
is.
no, no, no.
because
You don't
then-
remove the child. Nothing. Scenario is nothing to do with the child. You get that fucking dog out of there, you retard.
But there's a personal responsibility even for children and the parents of these children to say stay off social media. If that's where the bullying is happening, why would you subject yourself or allow your
Because
child to
if they-
subject
if they
themselves?
don't
You can't turn around to a 14-year-old and say, "Don't do this." Just doesn't happen, man. They're a lot
And then
smarter
if
than
they're-
we were.
If they're
No.
not allowed on social media, then there's something wrong with them. Then they don't have a phone. They're not fitting in with their peers and whatnot.
Yeah.
Do you know?
It's their life.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Even more so than it was for us.
But no. You just turned around and you said you cannot tell a 14-year-old X, Y, and Z. Yes, you can, because that is the job of the parent to do that, and that's what's lacking in this country. Parents taking responsibility for their children. If that scenario was happening, the best thing to do is go to the school, go to the parents, go to the guards, go to whoever it is.
In an ideal world.
In an ideal world.
Like
And
that.
this is my point. We don't live in an ideal world.
No, we fucking don't.
So take the phone off the child, and therefore she won't put up with the bullying. Simple.
Yeah, simple. That's the best way to do
she
it.
goes
But
into
then
school,
you're
then-
isolating that child from her social group and all her peers.
Apparently she doesn't have a social group.
No, there's a social group that can prey on her for no reason, but you can just try and keep by. You know what I mean?
Well, normally the people
You don't know
who-
how girls work, man.
No, but normally the people... I actually have no idea how women
Yeah,
work.
girls
no
work
idea.
totally different to boys.
Yes, they are. But again, I harp back to whatever happened to telling you... Because you actually said you can't tell your child this. Yeah, you can.
No. I have a 14-year-old girl. I cannot tell that person what to do.
Yes, you can. It's your bloody job.
I've tried and failed. Therefore, I cannot tell that person what to do.
Figure it out. Thank you.
No.
Absolutely. It's your job to figure it out. And if you can't do that, then that's you failing as your responsibility as a parent.
Because they're throwing up wokeness as their primary...
Fuck them.
agenda. But you can't deal with that.
Yes, you can.
You can't deal with a smug, woke person.
Yes, you can.
Oh, I can. But then there's the...
Violence involved.
Yeah, no violence. I can't achieve my goals without violence.
Well,
It's different now.
That's different.
It is different.
But let's
now.
ask a girl,
Yeah.
when you were 14, did you do what your mother told you to do?
I did, but I did what I wanted as well, though. So I did,
But the vast majority of times, if your mother said to you, go up and clean your room, would you say no to her?
Yeah, I probably would have. Yeah,
You'd say no to your mother?
I wouldn't have. No, I would have.
I would-
Yeah, I would have went up and did.
And
what I
that's
was
the
told.
point. These days, you know, you say to your child, go up and clean your room, and it's, no, I'm playing my game. You play your game, I'll break that tablet off your head if you don't get up the stairs and actually clean
Yeah, but
your
that's
room.
telling them what to do. That's different than teaching.
Yeah, but then
teaching
you're
them.
sleeping on the couch and not getting any sex.
Well, yeah.
And that's because of the woke mother.
No, the mother's not woke. She
It
just
is.
don't fucking shout at my child, I'll stab you.
Bullshit, it's
No,
my
she
child too.
fucking... Oh, no.
My child too.
There's no shouting at a child in my house without someone getting roared at, pointing at myself.
Yeah, but that's in your household. It's all very subjective.
Yeah, but I'm a woke teenager.
Times have changed. We need to educate our kids differently, basically,
Absolutely.
with social media and stuff like that.
Yeah, but
you need to
one thing I'll say about my daughter, she's super
educate
cool.
on
Like.
Yeah. No, I'm not putting you down at all.
Yeah.
How do you educate on social media when it doesn't come with any rules, though? It just
does.
existed, and then people just are on it.
Social
and
media comes with rules.
You kind of just
It
have
to be
doesn't, it
regulated.
doesn't, though.
Yeah, it does. You go and read terms and conditions of every single website.
Yeah,
but
no
like-
one reads them.
Yeah, but the
though.
UFC comes with rules.
No.
You know what I mean? You still get
People
so
do
did
what they
websites.
want. People do what they want, like. you
Yeah,
know.
but websites still come with terms and conditions and rules of the way
Oh,
people
yeah.
can behave. It's just they don't read the terms and conditions. And
I know,
then,
but a lot of stuff goes on that doesn't get monitored on it as well, though.
yes,
like.
of course there is.
Yeah.
But if somebody breaks the rules and they go, well, I didn't read the rules, well, tough shit. You should have read the rules.
I know, but like a lot of stuff goes on, like genuinely the amount of bullying that goes on online, like you see it nowadays as well. Like
Absolutely, but is it not better to, and this probably sounds really messed up, but is it not better to have the bullying online than what it was when we were kids?
No, I think it was better when we were kids.
No,
to be
because
honest
you,
with you.
when we were kids, we got beaten.
I got the shit
kicked
clean
out of
me
us.
a good
Yeah.
couple
No,
of
but
times.
mental
Like,
abuse. It's the debate. It's debate. Would you rather physical
abuse or
would you
mental
rather
abuse?
mental abuse?
oh, physical,
Oh,
please.
can I just point out
As well.
Very well done. You're
Oh,
bringing it
thanks.
back there. Awesome.
It's actually funny that you say that too. There's a comment here from Gary, and he says, "I got called fat multiple times in school before lunchtime. What did I do? I gave it back."
Good man.
You know,
Yeah,
what I'm-
like,
you know what I'm
yes.
talking about? So that's not social media. That is face to face.
No, you do have to stand up to bullies, though.
You
Of course.
do.
Yeah, that's the thing,
I had a case there with my little one.
Sound
and
Gary.
One of her friends, and there's a young one from around the corner. She
Sorry, you told the story last week. You
Did
didn't
I?
know that, yeah.
Oh, right.
On
okay.
air.
Give me
Oh,
the
I-
gist.
I remember-
But like,
Give me the gist of the story.
No, it's all right. No,
No. For people who didn't hear the
I
story.
didn't hear
for
it
people
either.
who didn't hear, right? Basically, this little one battered the head of the little one who lived 2 doors down, and I just said, right, when she shows up again, tell her to fuck off.
Mm.
And that's exactly what they did. And they ran in with excited little faces. We
Oh,
told
they
her to
were-
fuck off,
Yeah,
and
I
she
was here.
fucked off.
And to me, it's the same thing with social media. You just need to tell your kids, it doesn't matter what these people
Oh,
say to
let
you.
the haters
And I know
hate,
I
man.
know that's hard to
Yeah.
say, but it
They're
doesn't
gonna
matter
hate,
what these
man.
people say. Like
The haters gonna hate, man.
other people's opinion don't define you
It's just Mean Girls.
and who you are. At the
Well,
end of the day,
Basic. Just look at Mean Girls. That's what it is, man.
keyboard
What's-
warriors.
Is that TV show?
That's a girls' teen chick flick.
What's it?
It's about really mean girls that learn not to be mean girls because everybody's a prick.
Were you in an all-girls school, Hazel?
Primary.
We had this discussion as well.
We did, didn't we?
Yeah.
Secondary went to an all boys then.
was
Or
over.
no, all boys. No, boys and girls.
And I remember.
Oh yeah, I changed over. Yeah, I know.
And I remember Hazel saying, in the boys' school, there was less bitchiness going on. Or, sorry, in the mixed school.
Can I just raise a quick question for you? Let's say I'm a 14-year-old boy who wants to be transgender into a female. Can I go to an all-girls school?
No.
Ooh.
I don't know. I actually don't know the answer to that.
Now that's...
No.
Yeah.
Why not?
You should be entitled to.
No, absolutely not.
Okay, in my opinion, you shouldn't be
Absolutely
allowed
not.
to go that far at that age in the first place.
You know,
Ding, 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 ding.
There's basically... I know for a fact there are lads out there who change their gender just to go into the women's bathrooms in school because they want to cop a look at some tits. That's what they're doing.
But then there's some pubs up in town and they're unisex. So, you know, the toilets and stuff like that. Like
No,
that's
I don't
like-
agree with unisex bathrooms in a pub.
No, me neither.
Me neither.
Especially
Yeah,
when
I've been in unisex toilets before. It's
Where?
not a big deal.
But what?
There was
Where?
one pub I
Yeah.
can't remember the name of it. I can't remember.
Yeah.
I was definitely in a pub before and it was unisex toilets and it was
France, no bother.
Okay, but what
Not
about
here.
what about in school scenario? Let's say there's a girl who just wants to see a wiener, and she decides today I want to be a boy, and she goes into the men's toilets where there's urinals and there's lads standing there all with their lads in their hand.
I know, but she's hardly going to go to the lengths to say that she's transgender just because she wants to see a wiener. Like.
You'd be surprised in this world. Literally, you'd be
I think
surprised.
that's very limited scope.
Yeah.
It is, but there's still a 1%
There
maybe.
is a small percentage.
Oh,
of
they
people.
like there's I know.
If I was a 14-year-old boy, I promise you, I would say I was transgender just to go in and have a quick gander.
Yeah.
Because nowadays you can get away with it.
But under the same logic and reasoning, I would reckon that there's a postman, and every bit of post he's delivered, he's licked first.
I would agree with that.
You know what I mean? If we're-
Hopefully
if
not in
that's
these
the-
coronavirus times.
That's where we're pulling it out of, right? But like the whole transgender bathroom thing, I think there should be a bathroom for them. That's theirs for just transgender
Ooh,
people
so
to go toilet.
like a third bathroom.
A third bathroom.
Ooh, see that's letting it.
Well, can
that's-
I just say something with that? Then where do you draw the line? And let me finish. That's a rhetorical question. This is from me, really. Where do you draw the line? Because what'll happen is we have transgender bathroom, and now we have somebody who's pangender, and now we have somebody who's cisgender, and now we have somebody who is whatever the hell. There's
No,
a
no,
whole
no.
lot of them
The
now.
third door is for
unisex.
whatever fucking else wants to be in that fucking room. But there's a men's and a women's, and then there's a whatever the fuck else you want to be. You want to be special? There's your own fucking
Well,
door.
let's ask ourselves the question.
The alphabet
because,
people door.
Hazel just said it should be unisex, right? And okay, it's an idea, but why do we have separate bathrooms for boys and girls? Why do we have that, Hazel?
I suppose privacy. I suppose people feel like they like their privacy or whatever.
Okay,
like
so-
women feel more. You feel more comfortable. Obviously, men's toilets are they're generally more horrible than women's as well. So.
Bullshit! No way!
No, they are.
Oh, women's
They-
No
toilets
way.
are so much worse.
Oh, do you think
No.
so?
Yes.
Yeah, it depends
Oh.
on the class of man that's using
Yeah.
the facilities. But some pubs' toilets are
There
fucking
are
cleaner
some-
than your own house.
There's some dirty dudes out there who will piss on the floor
on
I-
purpose.
But there's
I've-
guys that will come in and clean up after them not being staff there.
Yes, I have been in when I was a member of staff in the Red Cow Hotel. The men's toilets versus the women's toilets, because I had to go in and clean them. The women's toilets, they just piss on the floor. They puke
But
on
sure,
the
where
floor.
would they be-
I cleaned up period blood off the toilet seats. You know, somebody has to do it. Didn't lick it off.
It depends on where you are.
Contemplate
I suppose.
it.
Yeah, girls gone wild though, man.
Also, comment from a viewer that I completely agree with. I think I think we'll all agree with this.
Do you viewer or listener?
Sorry, listener. Viewer, listener, all the same. No surgical gender change until you're 18. Go through puberty first. Let your body develop.
Absolutely.
Well,
I
You're
pers-
not even
no,
developed
there's
at
arguments
18.
for that as well.
Yeah.
Because if the earlier you get it done, the more
Effective it
yeah,
is.
exactly. That you look more feminine or more masculine if you get it. You know what I mean?
Before
That's
your
why they're-
hormones come on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's why they're
Exactly.
rushing into it.
Yeah, but look at the damage that they can do to a young child's body. And I told Richie a story here earlier. You remember the story, Richie?
Go on.
So,
Refresh my memory.
when I was a child, I was making my communion, and my best friend at the time was a girl who was my next door neighbour.
Aiden's gay.
And we, she had got her communion dress before I got my suit. So my mother brought me into a shop and she said to me, okay, which suit do you want? And I said, I don't want a suit, I want a dress, because my best friend has a dress. And she says to me, well, if you want the dress, we have to cut your willy off. And I went, yeah, sure, no problem. Could you imagine these days, if I had have said that and my mother was woke and I was brought in for transgender surgery or hormone blockers or something, I would be something that I never wanted to be. Like, I don't want to be a woman. I'm quite happy being a man. Yes, there are a small percentage of people who do actually, as a child say, I want to be a woman, and they actually do want to be a woman even when they get older. But the vast majority of them grow out of this.
Yeah, but then you've like the whole drag queen thing where people like dressed up as women. Like, there's all this stuff. I'm just like, it always was there.
It
but
was,
now
yes.
it's like exploded into like trying to be common, and you can't just do something different and expect everybody just stand up and go, yes, okay, we're doing this now.
Well, years ago it was referred to as gender dysphoria.
Because it's a medical term of
Because
what
it
it
is.
is.
But it still is a medical
Because you're trying
term.
to change something physical about your body.
Yes. And it is still a medical thing because your brain is telling you want to be something that you're not. So it has to be treated medically or at least by psychologically. Of course,
but like
people are too willing these days to chop their bits off or put bits on, and they just end up regretting it.
No.
Oh, wait.
No.
That was a long sigh from Hazel.
Because you have to look at straight people and plastic surgery.
Yes, exactly. That's a point as well.
Yeah,
people want to change their bodies.
What in the name of Jesus universe are we living in that Richie's changing his opinion on everything this evening?
I'm not changing my opinion ever.
You are.
Well, no.
You're being super PC here.
No.
About this.
'Cause I'm going to look like a real fucking, what's the word? Contradictory.
white knight?
No, I'm going to look really contradictory.
Okay.
I'm all for plastic surgery.
But you're not for transgenders.
I'm not for doing female plastic surgery on a man.
Why?
Why, Dad? But that's
Because
silly.
I can't. It sounds really bad, but I know my heart of hearts that you're like I'm talking about like the tiny majority of cases. Like there's the tiny little percentage of cases, where someone's genuinely their whole life been gender fluid, as they call it, or whatever. There is those people out there. I'm talking about this new wave of transgender, where you just dudes who just dress up in girls' clothes and spout nonsense all the time.
Well, do you know what?
Like there's those people. They'd be the people I pick more, but the people going through the surgeries and stuff, I think is wrong. You shouldn't be doing that to your body. Like it's the people who are doing the surgeries.
It's not
I'm judging.
your body, so what does it?
No,
what
I'm judging the
difference
people that are offering this to people as a surgery, as an alternative to their problem.
What about a vasectomy? You're not modifying your body.
You are.
Yeah, but
you
I'm
are.
just
But you're
going
not
in
modifying
and-
your sexuality.
No, I'm not modifying my sexuality, and I'm not destroying my
Well,
penis.
who's to say you're modifying your sexuality? Was that not always your sexuality?
Yeah, you're right. Actually, I said that wrong. You're absolutely right.
No, listen. I had enough kids. My missus is pregnant again. She could die. So, had to stop the flow of sperm but still maintain an active sex life.
Well,
So
do
I
you
had
know
to get a
what,
vasectomy.
do you know what we'll actually do? There's 0 point in covering this tonight because we've only like 2 or 3 minutes left.
Right.
So
well,
what we'll do is we will continue on this conversation one of the other nights. So let's lighten it up for the last couple of minutes because we need to have a bit of a laugh here before we go off air.
well,
Oh, did you do the riddle?
Oh, I didn't give the answer. Thank you
Yeah.
very much. You're on the ball.
I
Yeah.
You
know.
really are on the ball. So what begins with an E and ends with an E and has only one letter in it? Does anybody want to give the answer? An envelope. What a
There you go.
terrible.
We
riddle.
waited 45 minutes for
what
that.
a wanker
Yeah.
question.
What was it? Who was the guy that was waiting for the answer to that question?
Gary and Keane, but two of them.
Gary Keane. Sorry for making us waiting, but this is what we do. We
Yeah.
build up the suspense.
And there's also a comment from Gary here. He says, "You're putting your own body at risk when it hasn't fully grown. Allow your body to expand to its natural form. Up to you to change it after. Up to you to change it after. Go mad. Who cares after 18? Vasectomy isn't sexual. Isn't sexuality. Sorry, a vasectomy isn't sexuality."
Never said it was.
So, actually, while we still have the listeners, you should go on to our YouTube channel. It's like YouTube/Supernatural Dogshit, or I'm sure you can find us there. And please do like and subscribe any of these videos so you can be notified in the future of any videos that are going to be released.
Thursday night?
It'll be Tuesdays and Thursdays from 9 p.m. till 12 p.m. every week. Also go on to Facebook and like and share. Please go on and like and share because we need to get this thing really moving.
Instagram.
And what we'll actually do this week out of the texts that came in, the messages, we're going to pick out someone randomly there. You just pick out somebody randomly. Go on, just point at a name on the screen.
Really?
Yeah, point
All
at
right,
a
my
name.
eyes are closed, my fingers on it, and we It's fucking Gary.
Gary.
I swear to God, my eyes were closed.
Congratulations,
Wow, Gary.
Gary, do us a favour. Just send us over a message on Facebook of your address and the size of a T-shirt, and we will send you over a Supernatural Dogshit T-shirt.
There you go, Gary.
There you go,
Congratulations.
Gary. I don't even have a T-shirt. You have one, so.
Can I also point out that everybody in the room, apart from Hazel, looks really well because they're all wearing the Supernatural Dogshit merch.
Yeah,
Every
it's
one of
savage.
us. Yeah, it's
really
pretty
cool.
decent.
Yeah.
We have the hats and we have the what else we have? We got T-shirts,
Coasters,
mugs. We have pretty much everything covered, and we will have
the
a shop.
limited edition leather man thong.
Oh, actually, do you know what? That genuinely was an idea. I was going to do Supernatural Dogshit underwear.
Why not?
Yeah, Supernatural Dogshit G-string. I'll wear that.
Be found dead in Supernatural Dogshit underwear today.
Yeah. Nobody will see it, but you'll know you'll have
Could
it
you
on.
imagine that romantic night? You know, when let's say you're with a chick,
Yeah.
and you know you're at that point where you're pulling the city slickers down, pulling the jeans down, and there right on the crotch is Supernatural Dogshit. That'd be awesome.
Exactly.
That's wife material right there.
Yeah, you'd get married to her. You wouldn't marry anybody wearing our merch.
You
we
would.
don't have a shop as yet. I know there's kind of one on the website, but just ignore that. We will have something in the future where people can buy the merch and support us, because this costs an awful lot of money that I just don't have anymore.
It's all you.
It's gone.
Come here.
Poof.
You know, like you'd marry someone who was wearing it.
Yeah.
If you're already married to somebody and you've seen them wearing it, do you get divorced?
No, you
How
just
safe is this
renew
magic
your
spell?
vows.
Yes, thank you very much.
Dirt.
Yeah, what you do is
It's expensive.
what
man.
you do is you change it up from vaginal to anal.
You just ask your missus where she got it.
Oh.
Yeah. So I think we're going to wrap it up there. It is actually we're just 2 minutes late. That is the end of Supernatural Dogshit. So we will all say to you good night and goodbye. It was a pleasure having you all.
Thanks for being here.
Bye.
Bye.